Hello to anyone watching this on the internet. We are broadcasting live from Gauntlet Con 2019. It's an online convention that's ongoing right now. It's Gauntlet. Hundreds of games, tabletop role-playing games, workshops, panels, all the works arranged through the Gauntlet, which is a community on the internet that gets together and plays tabletop role-playing games online. Check them out at gauntlet-rpg.com. There'll be a link down below. All that fun stuff. Check it out. They've got blogs, forums, monthly zine where they do supplements to existing games and original games in itself, a podcast network, and Hangouts calendar where all these games arrange. But today we are knee deep in Gauntlet Con. I've played so many games, and this is the next one. But this is going to be a great one because it's going to be a fun one. We're playing a game called Interstitial, Our Hearts Intertwined. It's made by Riley Hopkins. Published through Linksmith Games. It's a powered by the apocalypse game of anime action adventure and the power of friendship, basically. More explicitly, it's a game based on the video game franchise Kingdom Hearts, which, for those who don't know, is basically what if Disney met up with Final Fantasy and was like, hey, let's combine and make a JRPG where an anime boy and Donald and Goofy go off to save Disney from darkness. It's great. And Interstitial is all about that because, again, it's a tabletop role-playing game about our connections with other people, the power we draw from those connections, and traveling to different worlds. Well, sadly, we're in a one-shot. We're only going to travel in one world because I've learned from one-shots that promise to go in multiple worlds. That doesn't happen. No, they just stay in the one world. We're going to have fun in this world. But first, let's kind of introduce all the players we have here on the table. Just players first, so introduce yourselves, pronouns, and anything you might want to plug. I'm sure there's some folks here who have quite some really fun things that I demand that they plug because people should know more about them. I guess I should start with myself. My name's Leandro. Well, you can see right there, over there. There we go. That's my name there. Use he/him pronouns. I don't have anything to plug, I guess, beyond a bunch of other APs on this YouTube channel, and a podcast I think that's coming out next week. Me and a bunch of friends accidentally recorded a Fall of Magic campaign and decided, hell yeah, let's edit this into a professional product with music and stuff. So check out that next week. It's called Flight of Magic. I'll put a link down below once that's out. Cool. So I'm going to go clockwise on the order I see on my screen, which might not be the same as yours. I'm sorry. So I'm going to start with Barry. Hey, that's right.
Hey everybody, I'm Barry. I use he/him pronouns. I'm on the internet at like BC Cook on all of the things. You can you might know me as the #1 fanboy of Flight of Magic because I'm going to download it before anyone. I know it first, so I welcome to the Flight of Magic fandom.
Thanks very much, Barry. You're so nice. Up next, Dan. Tell us about yourself. Anything you want to plug?
As I go by Diana Moon online. I use she, her. You can find me on Twitter as Diana Moon or Twitch and YouTube as xDianaMoonX. I'm in an all-piece POC actual play group on I Need Diverse Games, twitch.tv/INDG. We play Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. PST. We're finishing up the last 2 sessions of a very long Girl Underground campaign that's been going for like 6-7 sessions now. So you can check that out. We also have VODs for that. And I will be on a new show, Variant Roles, on Monday, starting this Monday, I think 9 to 11 Eastern time, playing Overlight, which is going to be a fun one. And I'm very excited for my character. And I think that's all I have to plug right now.
Well, thanks very much. And I'll say anything that's plugged, I'll put a link down below. I guess that includes my own podcast. Thanks, Barry. I'll plug your Twitter because people should follow Barry. Barry's great. Up next, Puckett, would you kindly introduce yourself to the audience?
Before I introduce myself, Diana, are you in that with Tanya?
I help Tanya, but she's not actually in that particular one. Yeah.
She and I played Dragon Age Inquisition co-op a few times online.
Oh, so nice.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
So okay, small world. So anyway, hi, I'm Puckett, he/him pronouns. Currently caffeinating, need more. Probably not as caffeinated as Leandro yet. Really looking forward to this. Nothing to plug. Carry on.
Cool. Thanks very much, Puckett. And last but not least, Haley. You can introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Haley. My pronouns are she, they, and I have nothing to plug but the beautiful view of the Sydney sunrise. It's great. Check it out, yo. I'll link that, Leandro.
Wait. You're going to tell us that, and you're not going to like turn the cameras to it so we can see it?
Haley's a
That
very
would
cruel,
be
cruel
a
person.
10-minute logistical event, so no.
Okay.
Well, I can keep talking and introducing the game while you try and turn the camera.
But now, Leandro, you have a challenge. You have to link to the sunset or sunrise.
Look, I'm gonna accept that challenge, and we'll see where we are at the end of this when I have to link all these very good plugs. Okay. All right. So again, thanks very much for signing up for this. I've explained interstitial, whatnot. I guess before I go into like the game and mechanics and whatnot, we go into like some character creation, because I know some folks have created characters and others haven't. Before we do that, I want to talk about safety tools that we have. Just lay it out on the table before we start. On the character keeper, there is a tab for lines and veils. The L and V tab on the character keeper. For those who don't know, lines are things that won't be crossed, things that won't show up in the fiction at all, like off the table. Veils are things that can happen in fiction, but like we're not going to concentrate on it. Like, you know, it happened in a sentence, or it happened off screen, or we'll fast forward over it. It's fine. You know, it could happen, but we're not going to linger on it, so to speak. We're also using the X card for today. Basically, if we do roll into a scene where folks feel uncomfortable for any reason, and any reason is completely fine, like whether it's a name or an incident situation or even a type of character, people can say they want to X card that either on the chat or make the symbol on the video over here. I might ask some questions on what's being X carded, but no one gets the question if it's used. If it's used, it's fine. We'll roll back and try something else. And finally, we have an open door policy. If folks feel the need to step away from the table for, again, whatever reason, whether there's an emergency, you're more tired than you thought, and you need to like lie down, or you do what I do, which is drink more than half your coffee before the game starts, you really need to go, we'll pause the game. It doesn't matter what's happening in the game. We could be, I don't know, crashing a Star Destroyer onto a bunch of flying buffaloes from Avatar. That could be happening, and and it could be like a climactic moment when I don't know, Banjo and Kazooie are fighting the Emperor Palpatine. I don't know, and they're hitting each other with lightnings or whatever. And at that moment, you have to go. Someone goes, "I really need to pee." We'll pause the game. It's completely fine. Your safety and your level of comfort is more important than whatever the hell I just described. All right. So, okay, yes, there are no space horses on Star Destroyers. I did see that trailer, okay? Another note, when I GM, I tend to yell at the chat because I get very chatty players. They're rambunctious, but I wouldn't discourage that. Actually, I should mention that when playing Haley's games, you usually recommend something like the O card, which is basically people in the chat should cheer what's happening on screen because it's cool. Because usually what's happening on screen is very, very cool. Okay, so again, I want to talk about Interstitial. As I mentioned, it's kind of based around Kingdom Hearts, and the main draw of Kingdom Hearts is that it's a crossover sort of franchise. Through some weird alchemy, it's managed to create, there's a clip I shared to my players of Woody from Toy Story yelling at a JRPG villain about how he has no heart and he was friendless, and that's why he'll lose. That's the kind of energy that Kingdom Hearts kind of brings. It's a disparate framework that can bridge a lot of like different characters, from like original characters to existing characters, through the power of friendship. We're all gonna meet up and grow as people. So that's kind of what we're doing here today. All right, so there are some characters that are made, and there's some that haven't been made yet. So I think what I'm gonna do is like, do folks have links to the playbook materials and stuff? Cool. So I'll give those who haven't made characters a few moments while I talk about to look through it and think about what they want to do. And I guess actually, no, I guess what I want to ask first is like what the kind of tone that we're going for. I'll say up right now, Kingdom Hearts is like a PG-13 kind of game, and Interstitial kind of follows that lead. Like there are playbooks, like there's a playbook called the Friend Playbook, where you're all about healing and helping people. You're just a big old friend. So that's kind of like the tenor that the game goes. So I do kind of want to know from like each player, what are they kind of expecting from tonight's session, if anything, other than fun interaction between good friends.
I'll go first, if that's okay. I when I said that this was open, I was like, oh man, I'm going to jump into that. And then I was like, oh, that means that I need to choose an OC. And then I thought about it for like 30 seconds, and I was like, oh, I'm going to pick Unworthy Thor from the Marvel comics. And I think that would be like a lot of fun to do, mostly because I'm interested in seeing like how he kind of like bounces off of like just whatever else comes to the table. Like I super enjoy like Jason Aaron's run on Thor and like some other stuff that I've read recently, but like I really like the Ragnarok take on like who Thor is, like when he's not who people are expecting him to be. And so like I figured this would be a fun challenge to like throw in and like figure out if I can actually do. If I'm like way over my head, I'm sure y'all will let me know. But yeah, no. What I was expecting was just like let's see what other kinds of characters come into this and see what that shows about like the heroism of a character that doesn't believe in himself.
Cool. I guess also kind of the question I want to know is how much like non-OC content are folks expecting? Because I said some folks are like the bad guys in this one shot are gonna be like a very self-indulgent thing for me, and I hope people get it. That's the one thing that I won't like. I won't let go. But but yeah, what are people? Yeah, I guess what are people kind of expecting?
I'm hoping like because to me, I didn't when I first saw this game a while back, I didn't think Kingdom Hearts. I just thought like, oh, fan fiction. So for me, fan fiction means romance and romance drama. And as Haley knows, I liked a lot of romantic drama and stuff. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for. Like kind of lighthearted, yeah, very actiony, but like I like a little bit of dark and everything, as long as it ends like, happily kind of thing. So that's what I'm going with, because since someone's Thor, that gave me the whole permission to be Marvel, and I'm going to be fucking Gambit, because why not? So yes, that's what I'm hoping for.
Hell yeah. Pocket, Haley?
Go ahead, Haley.
I got no idea what's happening. I'm just here for the ride.
Okay.
I'm down for whatever.
And that was literally what I was going to say. Literally, I was going to say I'm down for whatever. The one thing that I would ask is that if there's any thought there might be PC or like PC to PC romance or PC to NPC romance, that we go around and get some consent, like even before we really start playing, to do that. So everybody knows where everybody else stands on it.
Yes. Yeah. So folks are fine with romance as well, because it will. I mean, if people want to, and I think there are folks who definitely want to, it's perfectly fine. But yeah, are folks okay with that?
Yeah, if it happens naturally and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. I mean, if Gambit's there, then God.
Gambit is a sexy MF.
Yes. And I am playing Gambit as bi, because Gambit should be bi, in my opinion. Even though he'll always be to Rogue, always in my heart, but not today.
Okay, so
yes, there will be flirtations for me. It does not mean, obviously, that your character has to reciprocate. Yeah.
Yeah, this is there's not a move. Well, no, there's not a move for that. No, it's fine. There's moves for making friends with people. That's for sure. That's kind of the main thing with this game. So I guess I'll talk about that for a bit. Actually, I'll ask Haley if you have any ideas for characters. Have you looked through the playbooks for now? At the moment.
Yeah, I am rapidly looking through them. I am leaning towards the mystic. I was thinking of possibly being the lady from the lake.
Ooh. Yeah.
But I could also pick something more pulpy. I don't know.
No,
This is the first thing that came into my head.
it's fun if it's like different genre types too. So
Yeah.
like it would be interesting to see
Yeah,
how
I
the
thought it would
lady.
be totally incongruous.
That's perfectly fine. This is kind of like what we have here. It's kind of like the almost quintessential interstitial party, I guess, from what I've seen of other people playing it. An OC, two Marvel characters, and a mythical figure. That seems perfectly fine for interstitial. Actually, I will ask, Pocket is I don't know, is Teresa from someone you created, or is she from something?
Well, she was an OC, but since it seems we're kind of doing a Marvel thing here, I don't know. I'm half tempted to change her to Plastic Man.
Look,
Okay.
if you, to you,
The head shake was everything right there, Diane. I appreciate that. No. Oh my
gosh.
God. No, I have it. This is going to be absolutely perfect.
Oh no.
You're going, oh, trust me on this one.
All right, okay, trust you. I mean, I trust all of you, but like
My only thing, for at least for mine, is I don't know if I want Gambit to be the light or Gambit to be hunted.
ooh. Do I even have the hunted on this?
It's at the end of the playbooks.
Oh yeah,
for
no, I meant
prints.
in the character keeper. Oh, I do.
The character. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Thankfully.
Because I haven't read X-Men probably in about 10-ish years. So like, yeah. I mean, I know a bunch of things happened to Gambit,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh my God. Really, Pocket? Really?
Really.
That works.
Okay, God damn it.
And I mean, as the light, come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
We're talking about the person who talked Galactus down.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
that means I'll be the hunted, which works. Because I was like, that's too easy for Gambit, but yeah, that works.
Okay. All right.
He hunted.
I'm rechecking one thing from creating a character, just to be sure. Again, 63 pages. It's ridiculous. This book is 63 pages in the PBTA game. What's up with that? All right. So I know there's a thing where you can, when creating a character, you can add a +1 to a stat. Just want to be sure.
The only question I have is, how many of you, and the answer should be all, are going to join Mew Club?
Join what club?
Mew Club.
Ooh, elaborate.
I don't know that.
Okay, so in the Squirrel Girl, the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl series, she moved in with her roommate Nancy Whitehead, and Nancy Whitehead had a kitten named Mew that was not supposed to be there, and so it became Mew Club.
That's adorable. Yes. I've actually not read any Squirrel Girl. I always just see all like the Twitter stuff about Squirrel Girl.
I remember
And, like,
reading it like years ago and really
and
loving
reading her power stats and everything.
Mhm.
'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah.
My
Oh, the
kids have
Deadpool
stolen
cards?
all of my Squirrel Girl stuff.
Look, I don't blame them. I mean, the way that I got around that is that I ordered 2 copies of every issue of Squirrel Girl, one for me, one for my kid.
Nice.
Here, this one's mine. Here's yours. So
Nice. Love that occupation for the Lady of the Lake. Okay, here's the one I found. At character creation, you can add a +1 to any stat to start, but if you do though, you get a -1 from other stat. I should explain what the stats are because what do they mean? Because you got 4 stats: light, dark, mastery, and heart. So light is symbolic of friendship and love your character possesses. It's how empathetic they are and how willing they are to make new friends. Dark is the inner frustrations they have, tendency to put up walls around themselves emotionally, yada yada. Mastery is how much a character resonates through education and mastering the world. It's all about being learned, being like a teacher, being an Obi-Wan Kenobi, basically, or a Yoda, I guess. And heart is how much your character has grown to know themselves, but looking inwards and starting to change the way you act based on their actions. I say this as if you can move the stats, but you can only move it like that, one up and one down. So I think all the playbooks come locked in with stats. So I guess while you're also working on those, I need to explain
So
links.
just to make sure I understand this, I can deduct one from one of my stats to add one to another stat, correct?
Yes, at character creation.
Okay. Well, there's absolutely nothing dark about Squirrel Girl, so I can do that, and I can create. And the maximum stat is 3.
Yes, it's quite masks esque. All right. I think what I'll do next is explain the links. Actually, should I? I've already forgotten the order of what I'm doing. I think I'll give you like a minute or two to like finish up some like 5 more minutes to finish up those playbooks. I think there's not much else besides moves, right? And if folks have questions, even big ones like, hey, what are links? What are all those buttons? what are they for? Feel free to ask. Here to make sure that that I'm babbling already. Sorry. I'm gonna drink more coffee and probably babble some more.
So in trying to find a fun picture of Squirrel Girl for the character sheet, I just learned that apparently Anna Kendrick wanted to play Squirrel Girl.
She even cosplayed as her,
That
if
makes
I
me
remember
happy.
correctly.
Ooh,
If I remember correctly, she cosplayed as her.
Well,
nice.
But
you might
did
be able to
anybody
find
ever
a
do
pic-
better Squirrel Girl cosplay than John Barrowman?
True.
Wait, did he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He did. Full Squirrel Girl cosplay. Tail and everything. Even the ears.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just saw Lady of the Lake from Lake. I should have clarified that from is meant to mean like from what piece of media they're from, not where they're
Oh,
from.
okay.
I should have clarified that. But keep from Lake because that's funny.
Yeah.
Keep where they're from. It's fine. Like that's that's my mess up. This is much funnier. So.
I am not going to be able to do an accent, by the way, so you'll just get random French from me.
That's fine. It's completely fine.
Even though I probably could do a better accent than Channing Tatum would ever.
You take Channing Tatum's name out of your mouth. That's Magic Mike you're talking about.
That's fine, but he's not Gambit, and he'll never
Fair.
be Gambit.
Fair, 100%.
The one that played Gambit in the movie should have done it, but he's too old. Actually, the best Gambit, I think, actor would have been the guy who played Sawyer in Lost.
Ooh, Josh Holloway?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. Actually, let me look at the Hunted. I've never looked at the Hunted playbook. Ooh, we've got an adversary.
Yes.
I'll have to ask you about that in a minute.
Ooh. This is hard because I only get -1 and a +2, and the others are 0, and I'm like,
Yeah, I think looking at some of the moves, it is very much like you get to do stuff, but you got to mark a track in your adversary track.
yeah.
Get them to come closer. The other playbooks.
Yeah, it this tracks.
Sorry, I'm looking at the mystic moves that Haley is taking, and like, there's a move that like, hey, if you're inscrutable, you get experience. What the? God damn it, Riley Hopkins. Way too much fun.
Oh, I like that picture of the Lady of the Lake.
Damp. Soggy at all times. Just waiting for the moment where she's like, to defeat this, we need.
Is she literally going to be the Lego Squirrel Girl?
Say that again.
Is Squirrel Girl literally going to be the Lego version of herself? Because that would be awesome.
Look,
Yeah, I would say no to that.
I think we've already gone a little off the rails. So why not just go all the way off the rails?
Yeah, and to think Barry came here being like, "Oh, I wanted to explore issues of like heroic inadequacy and like what it means to be a hero." And,
Oh, we could still do that. It's just
I mean,
Oh, for sure. We're so good. We're so good right now.
Okay, but Barry, you know absolutely well that Low Kitten is going to show up at some point.
Yeah, I
Oh.
definitely do.
goodness, for fuck's sake.
Alright.
All right.
This is what you get, Leandro.
Yeah, I think I was thinking like, oh, I could just run the sprawl, macho cyberpunk adventure. I'm still gonna do that tomorrow anyway, but
But today you're getting Squirrel Girl, Odinson, and Gambit, and the Lady in the Lake.
yeah. Okay. Suddenly I'm like, okay, the bad guys I have prepped, suddenly they don't seem as indulgent now. Which is fair.
I keep forgetting I have to do this first. Blah, blah, blah.
Did I link? Oh yeah, I linked the roll for party.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask about that earlier.
Yeah, I'll link it again on the StreamYard chat because folks been chatting. Darn you, StreamYard! Why can't you hyperlink the links? Seems simple.
Poorly sweeping. I thought that said weeping burrito, and I'm like, that's not a good thing. But it's poorly sweeping burrow.
Aw. I'm sure it's trying its best.
Poor Eeyore.
Oh
my God, next game I'm definitely playing Eeyore.
I just had a horrible thought about what's going to kick off this one
God.
shot.
No, you cannot kill Eeyore. I'm putting that as a line.
Damn it! Okay, all right. Okay, I'm not killing off any Eeyore or any Winnie the Pooh characters. Okay, fine. That's a.
You think I could get away with playing Eeyore and Blades in the Dark?
Oh my God, please.
All right, I added a line.
No. Okay. All right. What else was in your child? All right. I have to think of some. No, I'm not killing off someone at the start of this. Or
They could be in a coma. That is okay. What are they?
So we need to establish like each other as links. Do I have that right, Leandro?
Yes. Once everyone's done, we're gonna introduce characters and we're gonna establish links, and y'all are gonna have like links with each player. And links are kind of like the economy that powers this game. You're gonna be wanting to be making links with like people you meet, and keeping those links strong, and like figuring out which links should I sacrifice to get a better dice roll or to lend myself power. So that's gonna be fun trying to figure that out. But yeah, we'll get that once.
Since I have the hunted, who's gonna keep track of the adversary clock?
Let me. I can just do that in the roll for a party.
That's true. Yeah.
How many ticks on that? Okay, so
there are 13 ticks.
Okay, I'm just gonna make one clock of 6, And then once it goes over 6 to get to number 7, that's They Are Coming. Ooh, and I'm going to ask you about who they are. All right.
Alright.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. All right. I think we'll introduce characters in like a minute or so. And then we're going to make links. And then we're going to take a break. Yes. There's a fair warning. I try to take breaks at the top of each hour, just like space it out. Okay. Here's the thing I forgot to do. Post the link to this live stream so people can actually watch. Oops. Give me a second. I do that.
Well, no one likes to watch character creation anyway, so.
That's fair. Then again, character creation have Squirrel Girl and the Lady of the Lake. Has any
True.
character you don't have that?
I mean, anybody can do character creation, but this is. I think I can safely say I have never done character creation like this.
I do love about these playbooks. They are just kind of like broad archetypes of anime tropes. And some of them are very specific Kingdom Hearts tropes. Like there's a playbook that's about being this person's other self, their shadow self, their nobody. It's all about the relationship between the person who's quote unquote real and your character who's not, who's their shadow. And that's a very specific Kingdom Hearts thing. But like I'm sure there's like enough tropes in other.
Oh yeah, I
media.
mean, Kylo Ren putting himself as the shadow of his grandfather for no
Hmm.
fucking reason.
I'm sure he just thought Darth Vader was very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Are folks done with playbooks? Is there anything else?
I'm just adding the last move.
Okay.
Ask characters to take content. I already did that. Yeah, it makes sense. Nah.
Oh, whoops! I still forgot to put the stream up. Darn.
We keep distracting you. Boo. Yeah, I'll take that one. No.
Gotta make sure that it is the Lady of the Lake, not the Lady from the Lake, because that Lady from the Lake sounds far more provincial.
For a one shot, I don't like some of these
Yeah.
moves. It's like it doesn't technically work for a one shot.
Unless we like really scream through them. Yeah, there's some that like the 100 is one of those like post Kickstarter playbooks, I guess.
Yeah. It's oops, that did not work. It's definitely very interesting. It's just for a one shot, because it's all about trying to make connections coming to which you really can't do in a one shot. But I think I'm ready.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce each character from left to right on the character keeper. And after that, we're gonna run through everyone. We're gonna establish links and explain what the hell each link means in terms of those 4 stats and what those boxes mean. And then we're gonna take a break. So let's start with you, Pocket. Um, that was an exasperated sigh of love. I just want to say that right now.
An exasperated sigh of love.
Yeah, it's
Well, that's
What I
certainly a string of words. So, are we ready?
Yep.
All right. Puckett, again, he, him. And I will be playing Doreen Green, the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Known for having both powers of both squirrel and girl, and also eating nuts and kicking butts. She is using the light playbook because it's freaking Squirrel Girl. Of course she's using the light playbook. And her moves are: there is light in every dark place. True power is light, and lost but not forgotten.
The light playbook is definitely it's described as the anchor for the people around you, the brightest light, the most powerful energy. You're so much more important than people give you credit for, and everyone who meets you wants to be your friend. And that sounds like Squirrel Girl. All right.
And also, if you need any help with your database programming homework, I'm on that.
Cool. Well, where you're going, but you no, I shouldn't say where. No, I'll have to say where you're going because we need to establish links. Where you're going.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Well, there's not gonna be many roads. It's a small place. It's a pokey place. But before we get to that, let's meet the people who's gonna be in that place. So we move on from Pocket to Barry. Tell us about your character.
All right. I will be playing Odinson of Asgard. And I say Odinson and not Thor because only the one who holds the hammer, should they be worthy, shall have all the powers and abilities of Thor. And I've decided on using the discarded playbook. I could have been somebody, but I could have been a contender, but instead I was looked over. I failed the test, wasn't pure enough. Whatever the reasons, you aren't given the same opportunities that the chosen is. And so I've decided to play Thor as unworthy. I've taken the moves drive form because it says this book's about combat and being strong. And I was like, oh, there's a strongest Avenger, no problem. So that gives me like some additional combat stuff. I took the move, come on, you could do better than that. So I want to get light links with people so that I can egg them on if they fail at stuff. And I took hold a grudge for when someone I care about betrays me. So like, bring it.
God. Love to have moves that invite betrayal. God. All right. So move from that lovely slice of angst to another lovely slice of Jesus. That's a combination of words. Another lovely slice of angst. Dan, tell us about your character.
Yes, today I shall be playing Remy LeBeau, or Gambit, from Marvel X-Men, from New Orleans originally. And I'm using the Hunted playbook, where they're still being hunted by Apocalypse, actually. Because, as some of you may know, Gambit was not born naturally. He was an experiment between the... oh my goodness, I'm forgetting all my names. Between Scott's family and the Sentinel. And so he is this crazy devil child because of his eyes. And yeah. That's why he kind of looks similar to the Scott family and everything. And that's why he was one of the few people who could actually hurt Apocalypse. And his moves are, other than hunted, coming clean. When I actually talk about my adversary, then I get to form a link. The problem with links, though, even though I like to flirt because I am Gambit, of course, is I don't really like to make connections because that just makes it easier for Apocalypse to find me and find my friends and family and hurt them, and we don't really want that. But because he's been hunting me for so long, practically my entire life, I can conference call with him, and I do this in a way to feel a little bit more superior because I'm like, haha, you can't find me, you fool, kind of way, but it might not also be a good thing. And my link move is we are not friends. When you establish boundaries in a personal relationship, lose one link and gain one distance. May spend distance to receive the following benefits. And I think, yeah, that's it for him right now.
Hell yeah. The things the moves mechanize in this game. Jesus Christ. All right, cool. Rounding out this merry bunch, someone who's far more mature, not written out by Anks. I've not read Arthurian myths, so I don't know if it's true or not. Haley, tell us about your character.
Yes, I am playing the Lady of the Lake, who is given many names throughout the various places she appears, but in this game we'll be using the name Vivian. And she is a bit of a Gandalf in the sense that she is like, I know many things, but I'm not going to tell you any of them because I cannot. Yeah, she is the Mystic Playbook, and her moves involve not telling people things, making people promises, and pushing people away for their own safety because you just have to intercede dramatically. That is a very important part of this game. Yeah, she's all about being good at things and not people. Probably due to her aquatic residence, she doesn't socialize a lot. Or in very short bursts, mainly to deliver swords and other important items.
Yeah, I was going to say, enough to crown kings of England. Deliver important swords. Hell yeah. All right. So before we establish links, I should probably explain where we're going to be because I did write it in the event page, but I'm going to say it again because I don't want to pick we're now in Final Fantasy X world. You're going to hang out with Tidus and Yuna. I mean, it's going to be fun, but it's going to be fun for everyone. I don't know. So let me find the event description again. Clearly, you can tell I prepped heavily for this game. You can tell from all the rambling and the protestations about coffee. Okay. Ooh, we actually have a viewer. Oh my God! Say hi to Michael G. Barford. Hey, Michael. Hope you keep watching as I fumble through all this.
Get ready for the wackiness.
Oh, apparently Lady of the Lake is also technically Disney as she appeared in Gargoyles. Look, the amount of things that are technically Disney.
Oh my God, we could have done Gargoyles. Damn it. Sorry. They just had their 30th anniversary a day or two ago. Can you believe?
30. Oh my God. We're old. Anyway, I'll read the event page again. So basically, we're all gonna be set in the same world. So we're just gonna start up with people knowing each other. So that's how we'll have links between the PCs. And so we're gonna set you in one of the original Kingdom Hearts worlds. So you thought your world was the only one. When you looked up at the starry sky, how could you know that those dots of light were other worlds, other places, other skies? Until the darkness came, until the heartless void swept through your world and so many others. Now you find yourself in a strange patchwork world of an endless evening they call Traverse Town. All hope seems lost. But don't fret. Even in the face of oblivion, you're never truly alone. So what we're going to say is, again, whatever world you came from, whether it's Marvel world or this specific Marvel world or Arthurian myth world or a Lego Marvel world, you used to live, your lives with that world, knowing just that, and maybe other multiverses, because fucking comic books, they have their multiverses. But you've been swept away, and you're now in this like pokey, nice JRPG town they call Traverse Town. It's perpetually night. There's a lot of neon signage. There's a lot of like nice small wooden cottages. It's all a higgledy town full of other refugees from lost worlds, and that's where you've been for the past, we'll see, well, for a while, enough to have made friends, or at least made connections with people. And well, that's the next thing we're going to do, is we're going to make links between each player characters. So links, there are 4 types of links. They hew to the 4 types of stats you have. First, there are light links. These links are friendships and loves. These links are generally positive. So, you have a light link with a person, you like them for sure. Dark links are for rivals. These links are generally born out of negative emotions, like, oh, I could do you better, or how dare you're better than me, or I don't like you suck, for probably some deep, meaningful reasons that's gonna take like a 20 episode anime season to tease out, but we don't have the time. Just trust us. I don't like you. There's that. There's mastery links. These are for like teachers, students, mentors, or apprentices. These links can be positive. Oh no, we lost Diana. Give her a moment. She put a link of a picture and then we lost her. Okay, there you go.
Sorry, I clicked a button and it made everything disappear.
No worries. So I was just saying, yeah, mastery links are for like teachers, students, mentors, or apprentices. These links can either be positive or negative, but leans on one learning from the other. So there's someone learning from someone with a mastery link. And finally, there are heart links. These are links made with those whose actions or attitudes lead you to introspection or the discovery of new things about yourself. So you have a heart link with someone, it means that like they're kind of changing your worldview, or they're blowing your mind, I guess. They're making you go galaxy brain with like challenging your assumptions of the world, I guess. So those are like the 4 links. So each of you is going to take a link with each player character. So you're going to start out with at least 3 links. Do the right math? Yeah, that's simple math. Yeah, yes. And I think, and yeah, you can tell me like what kind of link you want to take with whom. So we're going to go 1 each. We're going to go across the character keeper, or should I give you like a minute or two to think about it first?
I have a quick question. Even though this is part of the creation, does this count as part of my adversary clock?
No.
Okay.
No, don't worry.
Because then we'll start with 3. So.
Yeah, no, I don't think I don't think that counts.
Okay.
So I'll give you all a moment to think about how would you know each other. And again, normally this game is about parties traveling to different worlds, but we're all just going to be like in the one town with other, strandees from ruined worlds / other characters. Maybe Riku from Final Fantasy X will show up there. Who knows?
We're not going to be using the Bifrost?
Ooh. I mean, why can't the Bifrost come and save you? I wonder why. I don't know. I wonder why.
I mean, if this is MCU verse, we know why, but
yeah, but Unworthy Thor is an MC verse. Might be a different kind of Bifrost. I haven't read Thor comics in a while. I don't know.
No, I meant what happened in the movies.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. There is no.
There's no more Heimdall.
Oh yeah. Ooh, spoilers.
Please! It's been over a year now.
I picked an arbitrary distinction for my Earth, for the Earth of my Midgard.
Nice.
So yeah. Is it okay?
$34.90. Nice.
Yeah. Is it okay if I throw out a possible link then?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Haley, I wonder what you would think about Vivian being a mastery link for Odinson. Because like what I'm thinking is like something happened to my reality that I ended up here like after becoming unworthy, and I think it would be amazing if Vivian like presented Odinson with like the axe that he used in his youth.
That's very cool. I like that.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to put Vivian as a mastery link then.
I'm just an aquatic armory.
Look, I know one thing about the Lady of the Lake. I'm sorry.
No, I really like it.
Sweet.
Cool. Who else has a link they want to throw out?
Are links reciprocal? So, like, does the fact that Odinson has a mastery link with me mean that I have one in return, or is it different?
No, it is kind of like you're projecting to another. Your links are projecting to another character. So it's not reciprocal.
I'm debating whether I want to do friends or rivalry with Squirrel Girl. Because I think either would be pretty awesome.
If you choose rivalry, you will spend the next 3 hours of your life having Squirrel Girl desperately trying to convince you that you're actually friends.
Yes, then. Rivalry it is.
Dark Liquid Squirrel Girl. God.
What does the L mean in this case? It's a linked or?
Oh, I'll talk about it. Well,
okay.
Actually, no. I'll just say it right now. You asked the question. So, there are links that can be locked, and what that means is when you spend it, it doesn't go away because that bond is just strong. And what we're gonna do is that at the start, one of the links you're gonna make with one of your characters is gonna be a locked link, which means that one won't go away quite easily. And the way I've tried to figure out with this sheet, it's not the most intuitive. It's like if you have a locked link, you bold that, and whenever you use it up, you just check the box next to it.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's figure out what links people have with each other, or figure out which one you care about the most.
I think that Lady of the Lake may have a heart link with Squirrel Girl, just because she's like used to this like romantic, tragic world where great people do awful things, and she's just like this constant upbeat optimism is exploding her worldview.
Aw, I love it.
That's really sweet. And of course, because she's mysterious and doesn't say anything, Squirrel Girl won't know this.
Do you have any links you want to throw out, Squirrel Girl? I'll be calling you Squirrel Girl for the next 3 hours. You're muted, Puckett, if you're saying something.
You can call me Squirrel Girl for the next year and a half, as far as I'm concerned. So knock yourself out with that. Let's see. I think I would like, and Mastery doesn't quite fit because Odinson right now is just kind of like sad and down on himself and everything else. So I think a heart link would be more appropriate because Squirrel Girl, of course, is going to be encouraging him and saying, you are worthy. You're still the hero we've always known. You just don't feel like it right now.
Aww.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Look, if I had read Squirrel Girl recently, we would have Chipmunk Hunk and Koi Boy. But it's been a couple of years, so I can't do them justice.
What do you mean you can't do them justice? It's Chipmunk Hunk and Koi Boy.
Look, there's a bit of pressure.
Drink more coffee, Leandra. Then get more confidence.
She's not wrong.
We'll see. There's a break coming up. Let's do links first, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll see what happens. All right. So, anyone have any more links you want to throw out?
I think I'm gonna go with a heart for Squirrel Girl as well. For kind of similar reason. I think that like seeing the heroes of the 10 realms fail to stop my like my universe from falling has like really like dashed my ideas of heroism, like quite apart from like my own personal failure. And I think that the ways that that Squirrel Girl like expresses heroism is like really giving me a different idea of what that means.
Would you say it's giving you life?
By legal obligation, I'm not permitted to use that phrase.
So, is there a limit on how many links we can have?
As in general, no. You can have like 5 heart links with like 5 different characters. The thing is, you can only have one link with one person. You either have a link with them or you don't.
Okay, but when we start, is there a limit?
Oh, the only limit is you only have links with your player characters, and unless there's a playbook thing that makes you have a link, like the Hunted, where you're gonna have a locked dark link with your adversary. But at the start, your starting links are just gonna be with your player characters. I might consider having you like introduce NPCs from the start and giving you links with them. Might consider that just so we can hit the ground running in terms of like having links and friends and whatnot. What do you think?
The reason I was asking is because I think Squirrel Girl would have a heart link with everybody except Remy, who I think she'd have a light link with, because she's trying to convince him, no, you are a hero. You don't have to be cynical all the time. Life really isn't that bad.
That's perfectly fine. You can have more than one heart link from the start.
All right. So there's a light link for Gambit. And a heart link. Darn it, I wrote down Thor. I can't not think of Odinson as Thor. I just believe in him
Do
too
what you
much.
have to do.
I think Vivian would have a dark link with Gambit because she's like, I see the evil within you kind of dealio, the
Nice.
dark side.
Yes.
You cannot
The
let it
immense-
consume you.
The immense power Gambit can be when he becomes supernova. Like,
I can't believe that happened. In
I
comics.
know, but I love it.
I'm kind of feeling like we almost have, like, kind of, dare I say it, a Rey and Kylo thing going between
Oh,
Vivian
God.
and Gambit.
Except Gambit's not a fuckboy. My Gambit's not a fuckboy.
Hang on.
Okay,
I just
okay.
Gambit?
Not like
I
Kylo.
mean,
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Not like Kylo Ren, who is
Yeah.
definitely grade A slice of fuckboy.
Yeah.
Keep using the word slice. Okay, all right. No, we need to keep going. We keep getting distracted by
I know.
banter, which is not a bad thing by any means.
no, I got a balaclava for winter like a week or so ago. I put it on and sent a picture of me and the cat. Well, I was wearing it, and I sent a picture of me and the cat to my kid, and she said, "Damn it, what's wrong with you, Kylo?" And I said, "Well, just to celebrate that comment, you know what I'm doing after this?" And she said, "What?" And I said, "I'm going to a Ren fair."
Nice. So I think Gambit is gonna have a light link with Odinson. I think he's always admired Odinson because here's another person who has immense power and tends to wield it pretty effectively. Plus it's always fun to like mess with him and be like, oh, this is a standard Earth thing when it's not.
Ooh, how do I live up to the Thor of your realms?
Right? Yeah, because
No.
he doesn't see the difference, really.
Oh, that's awful. I love it.
Nice. Who else needs links?
I need to do one with Gambit too.
I think Vivian has a light link with Odinson because she's like, gave you a weapon. You're ready to become a hero.
Baller.
Fair enough. Apropos of nothing, I think there has been a Lady of the Lake character in Marvel Comics. I think she helped out Captain Britain at some point because, of course, she did. Because of course she did.
I feel like there's been enough, crossovers, especially with King Arthur. Like, I'd
Yeah.
be shocked.
The vast
I mean,
majority of them probably be Captain
Stanley,
Britain.
Excalibur, come on. It has to have happened.
Yeah.
So, for the Lady of the Lake, how would Gambit view her? I think it'd be funny. So you have me as dark, right? Yeah. So I think it'd be funny if Gambit sees the Lady of the Lake as light, as someone in a typical Gambit sense of like, this is someone I need to unlock, and tries to get through her exterior in any ways possible.
So you're saying he's a fuckboy?
Maybe. He pretends to be a fuckboy. He's not really a fuckboy.
Okay.
Except at his worst.
Is there really a difference?
All right. I think the last thing is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Barry.
Oh, it's okay. I took a light link with Gambit, because I think like is your adversary something that like that we all know about, or is that or is the whole apocalypse thing like something that is like kind of like a like show up in play thing for you?
Well, because I have the move coming clean, like you guys don't know about it. Like
Okay.
I think of the Marvel characters you know of Apocalypse, you don't know that Apocalypse is
Sure.
after me.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that Gambit like might be if this works for you, Diana, I think that like Gambit might actually like get Odinson to like open up about like his exploits before his universe ended. And gives me kind of like that reminder of like the way that things used to be. And like wants to like if you want to hear that kind of stuff, then that's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Awesome. Cool.
I think we have one last link to establish, and that is the Hunted's adversary, which is a locked dark link with purple Oscar Isaac.
Oh, how dare you! I love it.
All right, it's not gonna be that apocalypse. No,
I know, but I love Oscar.
All right. So one last thing. Each of you is gonna pick one link that you just made to lock. So that means that one won't go away when you use up a link to do stuff later on. And there's the ways to use up links. They're in the links reference tab. But yeah, which one of the links you just made you feel is like the strongest relationship?
Probably Odinson for me.
Toad's Thor.
Me too. I mean, I didn't give you an axe.
Thor is making little heart hands. Poorly.
See how much we love you, Thor.
I'm gonna mark Squirrel Girl.
Nice. Hell yeah. All right, cool. So we've done that. We're gonna take a break, but I think I'm gonna leave a teaser of what's opening up, and apologies to Diana. So I think what we're gonna see is we see like a camera shot going through Traverse Town. Again, higgledy-piggledy roads, and the night sky, going through like these alleyways, and then we pass through like this waterway behind this hotel, and then we kind of like zoom over this like long rectangular hotel into this square, and you can see there's like a fountain and a clock tower to the left, but the camera pans to the right because what it spots in the square is like these indistinct shadowy creatures roaming about. There's no people in the square at all, but then the camera like pans pans to the right and zooms towards the door, and it passes through into a more cheery district of Traverse Town. Warm street lights underneath a starry sky. You pass through like shops, cafes. You pass through Sid's repair shop. You pass through the item shop that Huey, Dewey, and Louie run. And you can see like it all looks peaceful until you hear the shrill cry of one word: murder. And we're going to take a 10-minute break and come back and introduce these characters into this world. So be back in 10. Decide to err on the side of caution and just get some water. I know, I'm sorry.
Disappointed.
Look, I'm an hour after I finish this game, I'm playing another game. Okay, I have to drink coffee for that as well because it's going to the wee hours of the night. So I cannot be drinking that much coffee.
You do what you got to do to get through it.
Yeah,
You're gonna be fine for that game. I'm pretty sure.
Listen, you can do it. You're capable of doing it if you choose to. So
don't you dare. Okay, so I think all right. So we'll come back, and I think I'm gonna retcon a bit. No one shouted murder. I think because that is a bit much because this person isn't dead. So I think what I want to know is when we cut to like each character, and I put a link of kind of like the aesthetic of Traverse Town in the chat. I want to know. I want to like see what each character is like doing, kind of like their day to day here in Traverse Town when they hear the words like "help, help" in the first district. And so I want to know what they're doing, and also what's like a piece of your home world that you still have with you.
I don't mind going first if no one else has other ideas.
Cool, go ahead.
So the thing I still have for my homeworld, my Deadpool supervillain cards.
Nice.
And what am I doing when I hear somebody yell help? I'm hanging on the trees with Tippy Toe and other squirrels. And we all proceed to leap through the trees in the direction of the person who yelled help, because somebody needs help. We cannot let that go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What about the rest of you?
Gambit is always drinking and gambling and trying to get the new members of Traverse City to play some cards with him.
Who are you playing cards with?
We can use any Kingdom Hearts character, right?
Any character.
Okay.
I don't care. No one's gonna copyright claim us for this.
He's playing with Donald Duck because it's so fun to trick him every single time, and then it's very amusing to watch Donald get mad. Once in a while, he'll let Donald win just to keep Donald from showing up and not to get hexed by him. But the one piece of thing that he has from his Earth is a photo of him and Rogue.
Aww.
That he keeps close to his heart.
Aw. Also, I'm not gonna do the voice. You can't make me. I don't know if I can.
No, yeah, fair. If he hears a shout of something, I think he's gonna ignore it for a minute because, yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. That sounds like Gambit.
Diana, what do you think about Thor palling along with for that?
Oh, totally.
Because what I'm hearing is you are describing all the parts of my rotten frost giant of a brother that are why I love him. And I think that the rage of Donald at losing shows me a little bit of myself, and I can't not kind of laugh along at that. And I think that what I bring of my world is oh geez, how Lord nerdy do I want to be? Completely? Yes. I think what I bring of my world is I threw a second image onto the bottom of the keeper, and so this Odinson is the arm of an Asgardian weapon called the Destroyer, and as far as I know, it's the only other thing left of the realm in which Earth 3490 resided.
All right, to see, we figured out what Earth 3490
yes.
is.
Yeah, I just grabbed it off of a list of numbers and I was like, oh, this will do. Yes.
I mean, I'm very curious about that world. If you want to know, listeners, you have to look it up yourself. I'm sorry, we have a game to play.
Yeah. So I think the shot we see of Vivian is she is in the fountain, and she kind of, but she's like it doesn't make any sense because the fountain is only like waist high, but somehow she emerges from the inside of the fountain, resplendently dressed in white, and dripping appropriately. And the thing she has from her world is Excalibur, except it's like spiritual, like it's not materialized, because it won't materialize until the right person comes to wield it, you see.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Gee. Wonder if that will show up. Yeah, so yeah, a cry of like help kind of like rings out, and I guess those two card sharks are just gonna stay put for the moment. And I think when you emerge from the fountain, Vivian, I can't just call you lady. Vivian, you hear like the cries of help are actually quite close to you. So I described like, yeah, the fountain is in this square, and beyond the square is like the first district where the cards and the item shop is, where the lights are. So you're technically in the second district, Vivian, and you hear the yells of help, help, coming near the gate of the first district, near the gate towards the first district, where there's a door. There's a house there. You can hear the words help, help, help. I don't want to keep doing that voice. Help, help. No, that's not his voice. Coming along, and Squirrel Girl, I'm gonna assume you're on your way as well. Oh, you just said you were on your way.
You must be kidding. I'm almost halfway there.
Hell yeah.
I may also be living on a prayer.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I think you bound up like the buildings and the trees. This place has trees now. And I think here's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see like this kind of ramshackle house surrounded by like three like these shadowy, inky figures. And like these shadowy, inky figures are what the people in this town call the Heartless. Basically the generic mooks of the Kingdom Hearts series, and they're surrounding this bow-legged wooden boy, very clearly a puppet boy with like hinges on where hinges are meant to be. He's got a nice hat, it's a cute hat with a feather, and he looks quite distressed. And behind him, slumped on the edge of the door, is this old man, like with just the nicest facial hair. I don't know why I associated facial hair with him as nice, but he has nice facial hair. It's old man with like white hair. He's slumped on the door and looks like he's breathing heavily. What do you do, Squirrel Girl?
All right, Tippy Toe. This is what we've trained for. Squirrels execute move Chestnut Foxtrot.
What does Chestnut Foxtrot look like?
Chestnut Foxtrot, unlike being a suit of squirrel armor, is more like Squirrel Voltron. Squirreltron, you might say. And so squirrels climb together to form a big squirrel, which then links up with another big squirrel. And it repeats that process 5 times until there is Squirreltron standing in front of these Heartless. We will protect.
Hell yeah. So I think the Heartless are mindless beasts. They look at you, they look at this giant Squirreltron. You kind of land between well, okay, I'm gonna say it now. That's Pinocchio. And the shadow creatures. Vivian, you see Squirrel Girl is deep in her bullshit. What do you do watching all this?
Vivian looks like into the distance and says, they must be here, and then proceeds to summon Gambit and Odinson.
Oh, wait, you can do that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just casting magic, isn't it? Is there like
Okay.
a reason why I can't? Oh, there's specific things you can do.
No,
Is
no, no.
there?
Yeah,
Mm.
and yes. Oh wait, the magic opens something. It could be that. It could totally be opening a
Yeah,
portal.
portal. That's what it's opening.
All right, cool.
A vacuum
So
cleaner portal that's going to suck them through from their card table, including the cards.
all right. So when you use magic in any meaningful way, you're gonna roll with mastery.
Is this a 2d6
Yes.
situation?
Hell yeah. Yes. It's 2d6 plus mastery.
Okay, that is 11.
Nice. So on a 10 plus, basic moves, there's a tab there in the character keeper. For the basic move. So on a 10 plus, you describe your magic and you're gonna pick 3 things from that list, which is a lot of things.
Okay, yes. Well, the basic gist is that she like extends her hands outwards and from them opens a portal with like a gust of a strong gust of wind sucking things out of it, and through it gets blown Odinson and Gambit and like the table and the cards and probably Donald Duck tumbling over himself.
I feel like this happens regularly enough that like I'm immediately trying to get all the cards together as we're being sucked through, because I'm going to need them probably.
Yeah, I think Donald Duck, who I guess in this universe isn't the court mage of King Mickey, like in Kingdom Hearts. This is just Donald Duck. He was about to like throw cards in your face, Gambit, because he doesn't know better. When this happens, and he just goes, "Bah!" And yeah, that's my Donald Duck impression. And he kind of like cowers behind the table. And I think Odinson and Gambit, you'll see like Lady of the Lake standing in the fountain, and in kind of like the distance, you see Squirrel Tron about to beat up them shadows.
I think the first thing Gambit says, he looks at the lady and is like, there are things called phones that you can use instead of your magicry all the time, Sherry. And then he looks at Odinson.
I'll turn to Donald and say, we'll fill your mug later, horrible goose. We've villainy to see to, and throw myself into the fray where this small wooden boy is.
Nice. All right. So I think what it looks like is you're just literally gonna throw yourself at the shadow creatures. Is this good?
Well, I see that there's a defend from harm move.
Oh yes.
And that seems like a good thing to do.
Okay, cool. I think you're gonna go defend from harm while Squirreltron stands against the shadow. So yeah, when you try to prevent or avoid danger or harm happening to either yourself or others, roll with light.
Okay, so this will be +1. There's an 8.
Hell yeah! All right, so on a 7 to 9, it's gonna cost you expose yourself to danger or the GM makes a move.
Yeah.
Which is very nice. Hold on, where did I leave my copy of this game? There we go. So what do you do? Which one do you pick? Expose yourself to danger, or GM makes a move?
Oh well, okay. So the way that I see myself going into this is like how often are the Heartless in Traverse Town? Is this a semi-regular occurrence?
It's gotten to the point where this district and the 3rd district have been sealed off.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's that bad. Only the 1st district is like completely Heartless free.
Okay. So I call Donald Duck a horrible goose, and I summon Yarn Bjorn to my hand, and it's like this. It's this long hafted, this long hafted great axe, and like as I begin like kind of swinging it over my head, like I want to be able to like put myself into the middle of this group of heartless, so that I'm swinging this axe kind of like around Pinocchio, while trying to like shield him with my body from one side and like pulling him in with my left arm in the middle of it. So yeah, it's either one of those. I'm exposing myself to danger, or the GM makes a move. So
All right,
Good
I'm
with
gonna
whatever.
make a move. I'm gonna make a move then. Here's what happens. So these two brashing is not a word. Dashing like heroes come to defend this small wooden boy, and there were basically like these three jumping inky sort of insectoid shadows, and they kind of see this and they kind of retreat, but then from behind them emerge more shadows, more of these like small beady heartless, and I think they are like four-legged like bulbous creatures with like bright yellow eyes made of pure dark, and they kind of start jumping into each other, and the darkness kind of starts merging into each other and they jump more and more until it creates this like tall like whirlwind of these heartless creatures about as tall as Squirreltron actually. So it's kind of like, and it's well, it doesn't make a noise. The heartless never really, these kinds of heartless don't make a noise. But they're now this tall, like dark tower. I'm gonna go to Gambit. What do you do?
I sigh, like, this is getting to be a little bit more inconvenient. Because Gambit's been kind of taking this whole being in Traverse Town as like an extended vacation kind of thing. Just to forget about everything. And tabs. And because he's always in a friendly rivalry with Squirrel Girl, I was like, well, in his head is like, I'm gonna have to defeat this in front of Squirrel Girl as Squirreltron, because why not? And so I'm going to strike with intent.
Cool. How do you do that?
I pull out my bow staff.
Hell yeah.
Because I realized if I use my actual mutant magic, I have -1 in mastery, so that's not good. Because I didn't realize that was going to happen. So yeah. So hold on, tabs.
Well, the thing is, the cast magic, it's about kind of like reshaping the world. You can totally like strike in the fiction. You can use it like you can totally use your cards, and that can still be a strike with intent. Like, I mean, what are the cards gonna do besides explode?
True. Okay, yeah, because that's what I thought as his ability is cast magic, but if not, then yeah. He charges up pretty much all of the deck that he managed to grab from the table before it got like, scattered to the wind by this vacuum teleporter. And it's gonna throw the whole thing at. So
Hell yeah. So
re-rolling.
Gonna roll with dark.
Shoot.
And
7 + 2, so 9.
cool. Donald yells, "Those are my cards!" I guess I can do a Donald. Not for a long while. So on a 7 to 9, you're gonna deal harm and choose one. Defend yourself from harm. Deal great harm, so that's +1. And as a rule of thumb, most NPCs, including threats, have like a limit of 4 harm. Like,
okay.
So that's gonna
Yeah, I think I'll just take deal great harm.
Cool. So yeah. So describe to me what it looks like when you like shear off half the heartless things from this whirlpool before it even like gets going.
Well, the whole thing is, and since I have a bunch of random cards right here, hold on. I don't know any actual card tricks, but he like flicks them out like this, and then like when he throws it, it's kind of like a trick shot where they swirl around a bit and pretty much slice the whirlwind in half.
Nice. All right. So I'm gonna turn to Squirrel Girl. Gambit has just shown up, and with the intent of showing you up, even though you probably don't quite get that he's trying to show you up. What do you do, Squirrel Girl?
Gambit, stop. We haven't even tried to talk to them first. And
it doesn't have a mouth.
It might be able to communicate in another way. We don't know. And here I want to use the basic move, convince somebody.
When you tell someone what you want from them or trying to get them to do, roll hard.
Listen, you inky blobs, you don't have to do this. You can stop. We can help you. We help everyone. We're heroes. It's what we do.
Roll plus heart.
That's an 11.
Oh, I mean, honestly,
It's
I probably.
Squirrel Girl. What do you expect?
Yeah, I know, because these are hard. Okay, all right, hold on. Okay. On a 10 plus, they'll do it until something puts them in danger, reveals your true intentions. I mean, your intentions are fairly true. Okay, so the Heartless. For as long as the four of you have been here in Traverse Town, you've been told by the Traverse Town Restoration Committee that the Heartless are mindless, blobby, indistinct creatures of darkness that exist to steal people's hearts. And in the Kingdom Hearts universe, people's hearts are a metaphysical and literal thing. They're the most important thing about people, and the Heartless eat those. So this shouldn't make sense. But the blobs, the whirlpool kind of like stops mid-track. It just stops still. And like all these beady yellow eyes kind of like turn to look at you, Squirrel Girl, and just look at you with like just like it's sizing you up as if like, okay, what the hell is this thing?
Hi,
And-
my name's Doreen. What's your name?
You hear like a mass of not chortling, but like chittering, like that sort of noise, like that's like swishy shadow noises. Yeah, that's what you hear. That's what you get from it.
Tippy Toe, did you understand that?
Typical cocks their head.
I'll shout over from the fray that it speaks with the treacherous tongue of giants. Do not listen to it, Doreen.
Thor, not everyone is going to stab you in the back or give you a cat head.
Vivian steps forward. She moves at a very slow pace. Like she just walks. She walks across the air, I think, almost like water dribbling down a river, and like strides across to the collection of Heartless, and like her intention is to create a spell to allow them to be understood.
Ooh, all right.
But I think that could work with inflicts a semi-permanent condition.
Ooh, oh yeah, because you still have two more things to pick from your magic.
Oh, I mean, I can go the same roll. That would be great.
Oh, I mean, actually, you know what? No, that's a different spell. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's a different spell.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
could open a portal of language, but I'm willing to accept that's probably not the case.
Probably not. Roll with mastery.
Okay, that's a 9. So she just raises her arms and says, "Speak," and starts glowing.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that I can use my link with her to bump that up to a 10?
Ooh, all right. So, you can use there is an assist move. You can just roll that. Try and bump it up to 10.
Outstanding. Where's the assist move?
It's called Limit Break. When you help out your friends or create an opportunity for them, roll with light.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we need a 10 though. Just wanted to do the one thing.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
will. I rolled 7 and I have 3 lights, so that's a 10.
Okay, cool.
All right, we get the 10 then. Okay, sure.
It's really cool. The same thing, but it's amazing.
Yeah,
A portal of language opens up, and their words like physically. You see the sound like coming out of them in like a waves, and physically flowing through the portal where it becomes like Latin sound and transforms into English words, and then goes into everyone's brains.
Yeah, the Marvel characters see these as speech balloons being thrown at them. Yeah, so holy shit, this is. I mean, if only Sora, Donald, and Goofy thought about talking to the Heartless like Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I think the Heartless chortle again. They do the skittering thing, and yes, you can understand them, but it is a bit of a cacophony of words. I think you hear words like hunger, feed, we must grow, that sort of things. Kind of like it's almost like plant-like talk, but then you'll hear. I think you hear a complete sentence. It's like, fear the beasts that lurk in District 3. fear the beasts in District 3. We fear, and I think they're like they're shivering, almost like, and they just keep repeating the mantra like fear the beasts on District 3. And
So here's another question about the moves and the characters. Um, so, oh wow, actually, I forgot. I when I'm convincing somebody when they're angry, I use light in place of heart. How do I go about trying to create new links?
that is a basic move. It's called making a link. When you meet someone for the first time or make an emotional breakthrough with someone you already know, you form a connection with a character or make a link. Oh, holy shit! You're gonna make a link with the Heartless, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
All right, you're gonna roll based on the kind of relationship.
Light link.
Oh my god! All right, so let me look at your light stat. If you roll with your highest stat, you're gonna gain +1 to the roll.
Well, let's see. That's 7 on the dice, +3, +1 is an 11.
Okay. You get a link with the fucking Heartless. Okay. All right. So on a 10 plus, both of you are going to get link on another, and your link move triggers. What's your link move?
My link move is that if somebody else has a link with, when I make a link with someone who one of my friends already has a link with, everybody heals a harm.
All right. So it doesn't apply here right now because nobody thought of making a link with the friggin' Heartless. But you have that. Okay.
Just go with it. Roll with it.
Yeah, no, we'll go with it. Yeah, no, I'll totally go with it. Yeah, premise has been rejected. Thanks, Barry. The entire foundation of Kingdom Hearts collapses in our feet. But yeah, I think yeah, you make that link, you that emotional breakthrough, and the Heartless kind of like peer at you again. You at the on the Squirreltron, Squirrel Girl. You still.
Oh, I'm standing outside it. The squirrels are running the Squirreltron.
Oh,
I'm able to talk to him so easily.
Okay. Yeah, and I think the Heartless just kind of like repeat that sentence. Find the beast from District 3. Find the beasts from District 3. And everyone hears that, but that's directed to Squirrel Girl. And I think the Heartless are kind of like gonna dissolve back into like individual little tiny Heartless, and they're gonna skitter away back into the shadows. And I think a voice pipes up from near you, Odinson, the small boy's voice, and he's like, "Did you really make friends with the Heartless?"
And I'll like as they skitter away, like I'll set Pinocchio down, and like address Squirreltron, and say, "I the girl from the Empire State makes a friend of all. Who are you, puppet?"
I'm Pinocchio. Me and my dad. And I think he realizes what's up in Geppetto, and he runs towards Geppetto, who's still lying on the inside kind of the door. It looks like he crumpled, just going into the house, and Pinocchio kind of like starts shaking, like, Dad, get up! Don't worry, you can see Geppetto's breathing. He's not dead. Don't worry. And I think Pinocchio kind of like looks at the four of you, I guess, who've gathered around this house, and it's like, can any of you help my dad?
I think I would actually go and check in on him because I've dealt with a lot of people injured, being an X-fan and everything. That's
Okay. Is this like, are you actually trying to heal him, or are you trying to figure out what's happened?
I think I want to figure out what's happened first.
Okay,
To
cool.
him.
So when you confront the situation in front of you and ask questions, this is the move Deep Dive. You're gonna roll with heart.
Okay, and I think I'm 0 at heart. Yeah. So I wish I had one more monitor. Holy crap. Okay, there we go. 9.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you can ask one question.
How are you hurt?
Ooh, I meant from this list.
Oh, from the list. Okay. Well
Sorry.
then. What was done here recently?
Okay. I think what you get is that he looks physically unhurt. Like there's no like burn marks or bruise marks or like any sign of pain. Or instead where pain could have happened. But I think how are you doing this like examination actually? How is Gambit doing this?
Very detective-like. Yeah, because he's done detective work before in one of his miniseries. So like checking pulse and everything, and looking for clues that of anything. Yeah, if there's any bruising, any signs of struggle, any burn marks or whatever's typical of like the heartless, if they leave like any residue kind of thing on him.
Here's what you get. This doesn't look like what the Heartless usually does. Because what the Heartless usually does when they attack people is that they take their hearts and their bodies dissolve away.
Mhm.
That's kind of what happens. It's
So this
usually
wasn't like an aborted attempt at that.
no. But I think what you feel is like it feels like there's a lot of internal damage, but
Mhm.
otherwise he looks practically clean. And I think Pinocchio looks at you as like, what's wrong with my dad?
I think he's going to need some rest for a while. And I forget if Pinocchio's hair was actually soft or not, but if it is, like he tries to must it's okay, little boy kind of thing. And stand up. And this definitely was not the Heartless's work. And I look to the others, like
A beast was it District 3 that they said?
Yes.
A beast in District 3. I have seen a beast in my visions. My oaths do not allow these visions to be shared. All I can tell you is this is a great danger to us and everyone who dwells here.
You remind me of my old boss sometimes,
Mark XP there, Vivian. You're being inscrutable, you ridiculous person. Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is because the attack's kind of gone down, and I think folks from the first district are gonna come into the second district and take Geppetto back. They're gonna take like a stretcher, get him back into the first district, get him to safety, get him to like bed and whatnot, and I think the head of the quote unquote government in Traverstown kind of comes up to the four of you. He's like he's just like this tall man with like a bomber jacket and this like lionheart necklace, and he's got long spiky hair. He's got like this ridiculous weapon attached to his side. It's like what if a revolver had like a big sword, this ridiculous gun blade. You know him as Leon. And I think he just straight up asked like, so what happened here? Oh, I'm sorry, I saw like someone wanted to make a link with Pinocchio. I mean, we'll do that in a bit. You can totally catch up with Pinocchio. But again, Leon kind of asks like, so what happened here?
Sorry, I'm just double checking on something. Part of me wants to make a dark link with Leon. Because I want to be. You're a little late to the party here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll that link. Make a link move. Yeah, dark link. Is that your highest or lowest?
That's my highest.
All right, cool. You got a +1.
So okay, sorry. Tabs. 12.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're both gonna get a link with each other. Let's note that down.
And my link move triggers. Okay, hold on.
What is your link move?
We are not friends. When you establish boundaries in a personal relationship, lose 1 link and gain 1 distance. You may spend distance to receive one of the following. Gain advantage to roll. So does that technically mean I immediately lose this link? Since I rolled?
If you establish boundaries. So what do you like say? I mean, he asked this, and what do you respond? How do you respond to him?
What I said was like, you're a little late, aren't you?
I think you know just as well as I do, Gambit, that we're barely holding on here. It's just there's not enough people to keep this town together. Okay, it's just me and the rest of the committee, and there's only 4 of us.
Ooh, can I interject?
Ooh,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
And I'll say, yes, and the Heartless fled the field as soon as we used the magic of language with them. Have you tried that, Leon?
Well, wait. Speak to the Heartless? You did that?
Yeah. I take it it's something that you hadn't tried before. They were really nice. They're afraid.
No. I guess we didn't really think of that when they were trying to eat our world. No, that really hadn't occurred to me.
Well, maybe if you'd talked to them, they wouldn't have been trying to eat the world.
They didn't really open negotiations with us, if you get my meaning.
All I know is that I was here for about 2 minutes and we were talking just fine.
This is me as a fan of Kingdom Hearts regretting letting that happen because you've broken the universe.
By the way, I would like to roll to create a link.
Oh hell yeah! Everyone wants to create horrible link. No one likes Leon, is what I'm getting.
I personally like Leon, but I can't see Gambit.
That is an 8 + 3 light link with Leon.
Why do you have a link? Okay. All right. Well, there's no harm that needs to be healing, so your link move is still fine for now. But like, yeah, take that link. He's gonna make a link with you as well.
I super want to get on this just because I like rolling dice.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What link are you making with Leon?
Do I roll the stat that I want to make? Is that the
Yes.
thing? Okay. Yeah, dark sounds good. That sounds
Hell
great.
yeah! It's your highest stat. You get a +1.
Okay, so that's an 11.
Oh my god.
No, like, this is like the best rolls I've had in any 2d6 game.
I know, they're very nice. I do know for a fact that the designer of this game, Riley, he doesn't like. They don't like failing, so they've tried to come up with many ways so you never have to fail, which is good.
So whenever you make a link with a character that has a link of a different type with you, gain +1 forward on actions against them. Would Leon have a different type of link with me?
Oh no. Oh, wait. Whenever you make a link with a character, there's a link of a different type with you. Ooh, let me double check that. I think you roll the 10+, right? So he gets a link with you.
Yep.
I think it's also a reciprocal dark link. I don't think he likes you, so it's not a different kind of thing. The thing, NPCs also get links on PCs, and there are ways to spend that. That's only for me to know. Wow. Yeah. So while you're having this, like, I think Leon just kind of like, look, are you gonna tell me what happened, or are we just gonna be arguing in circles?
The Heartless are scared. They say there's something that even they're afraid of. And that means it's something that we really need to deal with.
All right. Let's get back to the first district. Then we can tell everyone what's happening.
And what kind of help do you need, Leon? You said you're stretched thin?
Tell me, is Geppetto okay?
He seemed to be.
He's breathing. It might take some time for him to wake, though.
All right. Me and the committee. You said there's something in District 3.
Yes.
I'd like. like me and the committee to go in there and check it out. It sounds like. Was Geppetto attacked by the Heartless?
Gambit, you got a better look at him than I did.
No, this has nothing to do with the Heartless.
Then I need you to figure that out. While me and the committee are off looking into District 3, you stay in town and see what you can dig up.
I think Vivian glows with a resplendent significance and says, "No, we must journey to District 3. And then she turns very dramatically to Odinson and says, "Odinson, this is your chance. I will show you the way." And I'm trying to establish a mastery link with Odinson based on an emotional breakthrough.
Well, you already have a link.
And then, but you can have like links of different types with the same person, right? But just you can't have more than one of the same type, right? Otherwise, would Barry's link move make any sense?
I think when you I think what Barry's move means is
okay.
that, yeah.
If they already have a link with you and then you establish a link with them, that does make sense.
Yeah. So
okay.
yeah. I mean, you can try to convince everyone else that let's go to District 3.
Nevertheless, I still think we should go to District 3, and I'm still gonna say that, and I'm gonna touch your axe, and it starts glowing with the same magical energy that the hammer of Thor glows with for a moment, and then it sort of fades out. It's like an illusion.
What does everyone else say to this?
Leon, if you need people to watch District 2, my squirrels can help. All you have to do is say the word. All you ever had to do was ask.
I just pat Odinson on the shoulder, like, see, even the lady believes in you still. And she doesn't believe in anybody.
Correct.
Or at least she doesn't tell us when she does.
I think Leon kind of like sighs, and I think he's not yet there. He's not ready to believe in your squirrels yet. I think you're trying to convince him.
Oh, I can happily convince him, especially since I have a link with him now.
Yeah.
All right, basic moves.
You're gonna roll it hard. Oh yeah. I'll say actually what happens.
That's an 11 on the dice.
Man, you don't even need these links. The dice roller is just God. Okay.
Oh yeah, you got it. We have to tick on the adversary since I did add a link.
Oh shit! All right, cool. Let me do that. What does that feel like when the? What does it feel like the Gambit when like the adversary track kind of like fills up?
Like the air kind of gets a little colder. Even though it's almost always night here, and Gambit just like pulls up his collar a little bit more.
Nice. Okay, so you rolled a 10 plus on somebody. Oh god, all these power.
Luckily, when he looks to find my true intentions, he'll find that they're absolutely pure and that I really do only want to help.
Yeah, and the reason why he's not asking you guys is because he's Leon and he doesn't ask for people's help because he's all whatever. But I think he just kind of like. So you think your squirrels can protect the town?
My squirrels just faced off against the Heartless.
And apparently made friends with them.
Only
You don't
after I
have
cut
to
him in
fight.
half, but true.
All right, okay. 4 of you go to District 3 then, see what's happening. We'll make sure Geppetto's taken care of.
Tippy toe, lock this place down.
I turn to the lady and I'm like, it'd be nice if we just walk there, if that's all right with you.
She utterly ignores you.
Women.
Wow. Oh yeah, I forgot. He is a fuckboy.
He doesn't have his rogue, okay?
Aw. Okay. So yeah, Leon's gonna lock this place down. You can. I know some folks want to make links with Pinocchio, just in case. I think there's a moment where, like, before you lock the doors down, Pinocchio kind of like pokes his head through, and he's just like, uh, I just want to say that you all were really cool. Thanks for saving me and my dad.
And getting the dice out again.
It's a lot of dice rolling in this game.
That's a 9 on the dice, so that is 12 with the light,
Oh
and
my
then
god.
13 total with
Wow. All right. Mark that link. God's sake. Odinson, did you want to make a link with Pinocchio as well?
I do. I think that what I say, like I kneel down and like I put my artificial arm, like I touch his shoulder with that hand, and I say, boy, if we find what has done this to your father, know that we will slay it. And I want to make a heart link with it, or with Pinocchio. So this is at +0. So that's a 4.
Ooh! Oh, finally a failed roll. Mark XP. I shouldn't get too excited.
No,
Yeah!
you totally get excited about that. I'm so happy for you.
No. I think it's not much of it. I don't think there's gonna be a big consequence. I think you say we're gonna slay this thing for you, and I think he visibly, everyone sees he kind of like shrinks away from that. This is clearly post Pleasure Island Pinocchio. So he's not into that sort of thing anymore. So I think people kind of like see that like there is actually a miss condition. Actually, no, see that. On a miss, your link move doesn't trigger. The GM gives you a link, but also picks one, makes a move as hard as you want. Someone else gets a link. I'm making a move as hard as I want, and that I don't want to complicate anything right now. I think it's enough to like not. I think I'm going to choose not to give you that link. That's my move. Pinocchio shrinks away from you because you're saying you're not saying the right things.
And you're a big man.
Yes. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. All right. So I think we've reached another hour. Let's take 8 minutes just so we can go even numbers. And we'll see what you get up to in District 3, you rapscallions.
Woohoo!
God.
So, Leandro, is this making you miss that character that I played in the Voidheart Symphony series? Who just threw things at everything because throwing things was always an option?
Yeah, but now it's kind. Well, now you have a character where making friends with things is always an option. So
Well, honestly, it's. I mean, if you think about it, it's not only the best option, but often the only option. Well, not the only option. There are other options, but
yeah, it's not a bad option to choose. Just a God. This is
you weren't
honestly
expecting that, were you?
no, God, no. I don't think anything is happening right now is anything I could expected, which is perfectly fine. It's just kind of scrambling a bit, which is not a bad place to be in.
I
Honestly.
probably would have played any character with that playbook the same, but like bringing all the Marvel stuff in just completely crystallized it. It's like, oh, okay, I was just kind of playing Squirrel Girl. I'm just going to play Squirrel Girl straight up.
Mm-hmm. And so far, it's working. You've made friends with the eldritch horror darkness that exists between worlds and has been weaponized by a megalomaniacal scientist wizard who wants to see the heart of our worlds. You made friends with them. You've made friends with them, Squirrel Girl. That's what you did.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
probably aren't. We probably won't have to worry about them. I mean, they can see my true intentions. My true intentions are: I don't want to have to fight you. I want to make sure that you get food. I don't want you to be in fear.
Okay.
I'm also loving how the lady is so far.
Oh my god, it is so great.
It's so much. It's so much. It's just...
And Barry's Thor voice is amazing.
I know. It's so good.
Oh my god.
So, what do you think about that, Vivian? No.
I'll get through to you somehow.
We've got time. We've got time between now and whatever the hell is in the 3rd district.
Hour and 40 minutes left.
Yeah, to get through the video.
No, listen.
It's
I don't
more
wanna-
challenging than the space in the 3rd district. I'm telling you that.
I'm just
Probably.
saying, I think we could power through this in the next 20 minutes if we just make friends with everything.
Gambit's not adverse to that. It's just that he's a little bit more cynical about it. Like, yeah.
Well, and also, I don't want to just make friends with everybody because that may not be what everybody wants to do. I mean, Odinson might want to hit something.
You can hit something and still be friends with them.
True.
I
There's
mean,
no
look at him. Look at him and Loki. They stab each other all the time.
Oh no, they're not friends. They're brothers. That's something else entirely. Kinda. Anyway, let's see. So you're making your way to the 3rd district. Hold on. I need to look at my notes. My notes are a mess. Thanks a lot, folks.
You're
Squirrels-
welcome.
the squirrels are taking care of District 2.
Yes.
And we're on our way to, investigate and check out District 3. See what they're see what the Heartless are so afraid of.
Are we
Yeah.
walking or did Lady make us teleport?
Lady.
Despite my suggestion.
Walking is as good a means of traversing as others, but Vivian is not going to do it. She will disappear and reappear at the edge of District 3.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. All right. I think so. Here's kind of like how the layout works. So you got out District 2 and you walk in, and District 3 is like it's like a bit more hemmed in. The walls are a bit higher. There's a lot more neon around, and there's like it's dead silent here. I think you walk into like this square, and there's like 20-foot tall walls around you. There's like a barred gate to your right, and the road leading out of the square to your left. And I think as you kind of walk through, it is disquietingly quiet. and the only sounds are like whatever sounds y'all are making, footsteps, squirrel noises, whatever they are.
The labored breath of a weary Asgardian.
Yes, yeah, the Hawir Asgardian with such a burden on their shoulders.
I
Listen,
think Gambit's not being quiet. Gambit is talking about I think Gambit's complaining about like Leon's like failures in the past like few weeks and everything. It's just like we should have been on this council a long time ago, kind of thing.
but do you really want the responsibility, Gambit?
I mean, it gets thrusted upon us anyways. Might as well
Right,
make
but if we
something
were
out of
on
it.
if we were on it, you'd actually have to go to meetings and you'd have to make speeches and talk to people, and you wouldn't have nearly as much time to play cards and
Can't
drink.
you like manipulate your squirrels to look like me?
Unfortunately, they would still be brown and fuzzy.
Vivian turns around to Gambit and stares him straight in the face. Leadership is a serious responsibility. Your heart must be ready.
I love Louis.
I have seen many leaders, and I have helped many, and it is no easy matter.
Is that why you've never been a leader?
She looks into the distance and says, "No, there are other reasons that I cannot tell you of."
Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know if that triggers that move because there's not a situation. You're just making small talk, and you're being inscrutable while making small talk.
I think it still works. It doesn't have to like some of these aren't have to be combat based.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, but it's just that when I could help, but I'm not helping in any way.
All right. So I think I do kind of want to get a snapshot of what each character's demeanor as they kind of. I say cross the square as if it's a gigantic thing. No, that's not. It's just quite bright. I think what you notice about the buildings behind these walls is that they're quite in disrepair. And every now and then you see like eyes peeking through, but they kind of like rush away. They rush away from where you're headed deeper into District 3. I think they're rushing back to like District 2. So you can tell those are like heartless eyes.
I think Gambit has his bow staff out and is like leaning against it like that as he's like casually walking, like appearing to like not being paying attention, but he actually is. So noticing like the heartless eyes and everything.
What's Odinson? What's everyone else's demeanor?
I'm going to borrow from Swords Without Master and say that Odinson is like actually a little jovial. Like being here, like confronting the unknown, confronting something that even the heartless are scared of, with like especially with these friends that I've found since my world ended. Like I find myself like at ease and like and try to like lighten the mood a little bit when Gambit's getting called like not a leader by Vivian, and then trying to get the squirrels to like sub in on his behalf. It's a like when you say the brown and fuzzy thing. It's even a Midgardian such as yourself could grow so fancy a beard, and like I'm. This is like the last. This is like one of the times that I like went into battle with Heimdall at my side.
Thor, I always wondered, what's Ratatosk like?
It's a horrible thing. Crawls the world tree from the root to its leaves.
But he seems fun, like Loki, but a squirrel.
You see much.
I think I still kind of like keep walking. I think again, neon lights, everything's quite still. I think suddenly you hear the sound of what sounds like something charging up, like a sort of sound, and you hear like what sounds like a cocking, like a sort of thing, and your voice kind of go like, "Who's there? State your intentions and all that."
I'll like somehow balancing the bow staff on my shoulders. I'll lift my hands up and go like, "Whoa, whoa, we're friendlies here, friendlies. We heard there was trouble."
I think no. I can't be too sure. Anyone can just say that they're friendlies.
Well, how would you like us to prove it?
Just stay there. And I think the I think you're looking down like a alley, like a street. I should have said this down the street, and there's like houses on each side, and you can see like there's a turn and a corner on the other end of the street, and like from one of the doors, like someone kind of like bursts through the door, and the door kind of falls off because it's ratty and in disrepair, and this like cloaked kind of like figure, kind of they're not cloaked figure. They're wearing a big brown coat, and they're holding this weird cylindrical sort of gun, and it's like a cylinder but surrounded by like 4 more cylinders, I guess. And they're pointing at you. I think they're wearing like I'm sorry, no, they're not a character of anyone. I think it's just this ratty guy in a brown coat and a beanie, kind of like just kind of like holding us like, wait, who are you? What are you doing in District 3?
I wait for anybody else to speak. I'm just like trying to still like give like I'm harmless like smile.
I'm gonna flash a big old bucktooth smile and say, I'm Doreen Green. I'm a college student from Empire State, but my friends call me Squirrel Girl. What's your name?
Squirrel Girl? What?
Yeah, my friend Tippy Toes in that tree right there.
And they look at the tree that's inexplicably there.
And Tippy Toes wearing the pink bow and chitters a little bit and flips his.
They see that and it's like, oh, no, you're not ready. You're not ready. And I think they're gonna like pace around in front of you, waving the
right
guns around you.
Time to create a link.
You're not ready. You just... Are you here to go into District 3?
That is an 8. My first, like, basically sub-double digit roll.
All right, so on a 7 to 9, your link move doesn't trigger, or the link isn't what you intended. I think your link move just doesn't trigger.
Because it's not going to do anything right now anyway.
Yeah. I think, let me look at my name stock, because this isn't anyone in particular. I just needed a guide. I think this person's name is Snyder. Okay. Oh, whoops! I put it in the comments, not in the private chat, so it's just gonna pop up. Neither. I think you'll notice that, like, they've got this like these thin glasses. Private chat as well, and they're waving the guns. It's like you're not ready for what's in there.
Look, we're heroes. This is what we do. I mean, you see this guy right here with this big old axe? That's Thor. Thor, the actual Thor. And you see this woman here? She's the lady in the lake. She hands out Excalibur.
Oh, the lake.
Gambit rolls his eyes at the correction.
Look, trust me. We're heroes. We can do something. We can help. That's why we're here. Leon sent us.
Leon sent you. Okay.
Leon wouldn't send us if he did. He wouldn't send somebody he didn't think could take care of things, would he?
No, no I guess not. But I've been here all this time, and no one's come for me. So I don't know what Leon cares about. It's probably not me.
Well, what's your name? And how can we help you?
My name's Nider, and there's nothing that can help me. Okay.
Well, if you don't tell us, how can we know that? We have a lot of different skills.
Because you can't beat them.
Am I tough? Listen, bud. I've got partially squirrel blood. Yes, we can beat them.
I can't let you get through. That'll be on my conscience. I don't need that. I have enough deaths on my conscience. I don't.
Time to roll to convince.
Okay, all right, your best move.
That is a 7 on the dice. That is +3 because. Oh wait, is it convinces with heart, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gets us to 8. And if I burn the link with Nider, what does that get us to?
You're
9?
gonna get you know what happens. You get advantage on a roll, so you can roll an extra die and see if it's higher than any of your other die. As if see if it's higher than your lowest roll, and you can use that die instead of the other die roll. So
All right,
that's what links do. You can spend that to gain advantage on rolls.
I've got 6 and a 1, so let me re-roll the 1. That takes it to a 5, so that puts it at 12.
Jesus Christ.
No more link with Nider, though. Sigh.
Aw. Oh well. It's a roller coaster of a relationship with this guy.
He is a little squirrely.
I think he wrinkles his nose and it's like, okay, if you're heroes, tell me what kind of threats have you fought? I just need to know that you might stand a bit of a chance.
This is Traverse City. The threats we've fought, you've never heard of.
He has a point. You probably don't know about Thanos or Galactus.
Does it do you well to know that I've held fast against the apocalypse and his 4 horsemen? Does it ease your mind, Nider?
At that, Gambit kind of like takes a step back, hearing that.
Well, and Thor, haven't you also taken care of the world serpent at one point?
The first of many of my storied deaths.
I think Nider looks at the lady.
Nider,
basically. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Odinson, go ahead.
Nider, we would give you but one more tack. If things are as you fear, then our tale must be told. You've lost many. Honor your dead. Pray that you need not count us among them.
I think he. Are you making a link with him, or he's just gonna cry?
Ooh, you tell me. You tell me.
It's up to you.
I like rolling dice, and things can go badly when I do that.
I mean, yeah, but things could go well. This dice roller loves y'all.
Oh,
Apparently.
Let's see. What kind of thing is this? I think. Ooh, I think maybe this is a heart roll.
Okay.
So this will be flat.
Yeah.
That's a 7. So
on a 7 to 9, your link move doesn't trigger, or you don't get a link. I'll say your link move doesn't trigger.
Okay.
So,
but I do get
you get a
link with Nider.
Yes. And I think he falls to his knees in front of you, Odinson, and his gun clatters down to the ground, and he's clutching at kind of like your knees, and it's just please don't die. I don't really need that.
And like I'll kind of like set Yarnbjorn down and like kneel down beside him. and just tell him you did your best to warn us, Snyder. It is not your fault that we are a headstrong and foolish bunch.
Besides, when he dies, he always bounces back.
That is very true. He does have a remarkable knack for returning to the living. He's almost as good at it as his brother is.
Okay. I think then Snyder's gonna let you pass, and I think he's just gonna like sit in front of his house, and his hands is kind of like in his head's like, oh, what did he do?
Actually, I want to make a link with Snyder now.
Okay.
It's going to be a mastery link.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
If it's your lowest stat you're making a link with, you get experience.
Yeah, it is my lowest stat. So tabs. Oh shit. That makes it a 1.
Wow. Mark experience.
Yeah.
All right. So on a miss, your link move doesn't trigger. The GM gives you a link, but also picks one. Make a move as hard as you want, or someone else get the link.
So what
Okay.
what I was trying to do was I was trying to like, pat him on the shoulder, like give him his gun back and say like, there's from experience, there's no way of living with all that guilt of the dead you've caused.
Wow. I think. Okay, here's kind of what I do. I think you say that, and he bursts into tears, and I think he says, I don't think you'll get the link again. The move is gonna. What I think is gonna say is like, you. I think he kind of points at the gun, and then he kind of like points at the way back to District 1, and he kind of says like, you can't just stop them when you get to the end of District 3. They're breaking through in District 3, but they've moved on. They're making their way to District 1. You need to it's too late. It's too late. And I think he gets up and runs hysterically away from you and runs back to like District 1.
Vivian shakes her head.
Fucking judgmental lady.
I know, I love it.
Oh yeah.
So do we stay here and try to figure out what's going on, or do we run to District 1?
I say we see what's happened to District 3, otherwise we won't know what we're fighting against.
You're not wrong.
Odinson, lady, are you? What plans are you for?
I'm going to look to Vivian, and I think like with Gambit saying, like we should investigate this. I look at you and I hold Yarnbjorn and say, why arm me so if we're not to enter the fray immediately?
Then come, and they walk forward, I guess.
I lean over to Vivian and say, could you do me a favor real quick? I know you're really good with magic, and I'm just not good with magic. But I think this would be so much better if you gave Thor a cat head.
Vivian looks at you and blinks and cocks to the side and looks at Odinson and then says, I disagree, and keeps walking.
Aww. All right.
Oh no, I think she says, perhaps when the time is right. All
right, so you walk forward. Again, it's it's not a maze of houses, and I think the lights they're less neon. I think the lights are getting dimmer as you like walk through the streets, and I think as you get closer, you hear what sounds like. First, you hear like this pulsing machinery, like a as you kind of move through the streets, and I think you'll hear. Okay, here two things. You feel this pressure, like on the end of this road, like this weird sort of vacuum pressure. It feels like you're kind of being pulled forwards, just a bit, and then you hear what sounds like quite a bit of robotic shrieking, and I mean, are you going to turn around the bend? It sounds like you want to do something, Gambit.
Well, he's gonna comment. I hope the Sentinels haven't come through. That's immediately what he thinks of when he thinks of any type of robotic noise. And he'll actually flare up like a card, just to give a little bit more of illumination and to like mean business.
Nice. Yeah, as you get closer, like you hear like the shrieking, getting like a bit more focused. Yeah, screaming robots, screaming, and I think you see like if you turn, there is like a bend, and if you peek through the bend, here's what you'll see. You see the edge of Traverse Town. There's just inky blackness and this like road that leads to like this open like clearing that's just brick and mortar and whatnot, and it just cuts off. It's like a chunk of the world has been ripped out. But on the edge above the shelf is like the shimmering wound in the sky, and every now and then you see like a fleet of things pop out of the sky of that hole and land on the ground, and you see oh actually no, let me rephrase that. I think what you see is it's just the portal, and you see the shrieking is coming from near on the shelf and the portal, and you see these strange figures. They're like these, I guess, you can tell they're like they're machines, I guess. They're like these tall domed sort of machines, and you can't see like any arms or legs and whatnot. They look like tall like pepper pots, I guess. They got like a flared out like bottom with like bulbous like balls on like on their skirt, and they've got these eye stalks coming out from the top, and this probably looks weird to like you know exactly what these are, aren't you? Because I think when you get closer, you hear what they're shrieking, and it's one word. There's 5 of them on the shelf, and they're kind of like, and you can see like they have these two lights on top of their head that are lighting up as they shriek this one word again and again. Exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. And you hear them shriek some like, they start talking to each other, but you know how they sound. They start kind of like just shrieking at each other. And look, I told you I was going to be self-indulgent at the end of this. I'm sorry.
The only one who is going to be exterminating here will be doing exterminating is us. And immediately he just throws a card at like the closest one.
I think when you kind of like pop out and say that, and just are like, They think they all turn in unison to 5 them, just shouting, "Alert! Alert! Life form detected! Human organism must be exterminated!" And you throw your thing, and you're gonna roll to strike with intent.
Yes. What? Okay, that was weird. 8
What'd you get?
plus. Wait, what is it? Strike attack is dark, right?
Yes.
So that's 10.
Jesus Christ! No one gets. I should start making harder moves. I really should. Yeah.
I want to
Choose
deal
two.
great harm and take control of the situation.
All right. So how do you take control of the situation?
Obviously, these are idiot robots. They're following, some type of leader. So I'm going to be like, who sent you here? Why do you hate us humans?
Okay, so first you're gonna take out one of them. You're just gonna hit them in
Yeah.
the eye stalk, and it explodes, and it just goes. "Ah! My vision is impaired. I cannot see." And I think you take control of the situation. I think you've cowed the other 4 Daleks because that's what they are. These are Daleks, and they're kind of like, "We have no need to answer your question. You are not Dalek, therefore you must be exterminated."
You do such a good Dalek voice. Oh my god. I look at the others. I look at Thor actually, or Odinson, and be like, I'm pretty sure they're weak to electricity. And just give a little, you know what to do.
Yeah, hearing all of those things, even in my realm, the words of the Sentinels are familiar to me, and I'll sweep the blade of Yarnbjorn across the cobblestone to try and blast them all with lightning.
Hell yeah.
The bad news about this is that this is a mastery roll.
Well, you can spend a link to roll with advantage.
Well, I sure could do that, but
yeah, that's what the links are for.
You said you wanted to make harder moves. I'm going to give you a chance. So this is at -2.
Oh,
yeah. So that's a 4.
Barry, you're so nice.
And is it too late for us to roll to assist him?
Let's see. With the assist move, the most you're gonna give is a +1 forward.
Yeah, it would take a lot to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm totally good with failing this now. This is good for me.
You can also try to interfere, like this, so that they don't,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you try. I think if Barry seems to want to take the miss just because he felt bad from me, which is a very nice thing to do. Thanks, Barry. So you sweep and shoot electricity, and you hit 3 of them, and they look like they shake and whatnot, and you hear them screaming, go, "Ah!" Yeah, you get XP on the miss. They scream, and then they abruptly stop screaming, and they shout, "Foolish human, we have developed countermeasures against your electrical attacks. You will be exterminated for your stupidity." And the 3 of them are gonna shoot you with their exterminator ray, and you're gonna take 2 harm.
They called you a human. You're gonna take that lying down, Odinson?
Here's the thing with Dalek disintegrator rays. They don't look like they cause any damage on your skin, but they hurt your insides bad.
Ooh.
And yeah, they're gonna
if only I brought the belt of strength Megan Jord.
Okay. All right. So Odinson's been hit. Now turn to either Squirrel Girl or the lady. The Dalek whose eye stalk has been exploded is spinning around like a ridiculous pepper pot. But there's 4 more Daleks, and I think you feel the portal ripple as if it's gonna belch out more of these things.
Vivian, would you like to try to deal with them?
She says, "We must. This will not be our final fight. and then like water starts like lifting up from, I think the darkness starts flowing from the side of the map, and then it like transforms into like normal rippling water and like lifts up and like surrounds the Daleks and all of us. So we are now in a bubble of water.
Ooh.
And I'm going to roll magic to see what that does before
Oh yeah.
I decide what that does. Maybe nothing.
Street's pretty good.
Yeah. So everyone is damp. I rolled a 3. So
Oh dear.
5.
You can spend a link to
I
roll
will
with advantage.
spend a link. But do I have to spend a link of the type that I'm rolling? I don't have any.
No, you just spend a link.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, you're down to your PC links.
Mhm.
You've not been making friends with many people.
What's the thing with links?
You don't lose them. They just get like used up, but you don't. You permanently have them. It's just that when you use them up, you can't use them again. Unlike if it's an unlocked link, they go away and you have to reforge them. So you can use up a lock link now.
So if you use up a lock link, you still have it, but you can't use it again.
Yes, until you refresh it.
Until you refresh it. And how do you refresh it? You use the link move again, or in some other way?
There is some other way which I can't remember right now.
Okay.
But there's a way, for sure. Yeah. So do you want to use up a link to roll with advantage?
Sure.
Which one?
I'm going to use up my link with Gambit, and I think like this is sort of like a change in attitude, maybe, in the sense that I think as the water is rising up, Vivian has to like trust that everyone is going to know what to do when the water like surrounds the Daleks.
Cool.
And so she has to trust Gambit as part of that.
Oh yeah. All right. Roll the lowest die and see if it gets any higher.
Well, it did. So that is a 7 to 9.
Hell yeah! There we go. The 7 to 9. You're gonna pick one of these magic thingies. Options. There we go. Not thingies. Gosh.
It's hard to know like what is mechanically appropriate. Like, can I inflict the 70 permanent condition of disabled, or is that too OP?
Ooh.
Like,
I will roll with whatever you pick. The thing with magic is that it's meant to be big and impressive, and the thing with combat is that it's meant to be like short and sharp. Like all of you only have up to 4 harm. Like Odinson's halfway there to death. And so are the Daleks. So what do you want to do?
All right. Well, I will just do that. They are surrounded by like the Daleks are caught in a bubble of water and immobilized temporarily, and Vivian is like, quick, we don't have much time. We must find the real threat.
You guys do that. I'll take care of them.
Yeah. So I nod and agree with that, like trusting.
Okay.
Can I try and form a link
With
Gambit?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What kind of link do you want to form with him?
I think Vivian says like, I think Vivian steps in front of Gambit and says, there is darkness in your heart, but there is light too. For us to defeat this enemy, we must use our light together. And trying to, I think this is a mastery link.
Okay, cool. Take a +1 since that's your highest stat.
Never mind. I got snake eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Okay. Here's what happens.
Do I
Oh.
take? Wait, I think. Hold on.
Hmm?
I think I know how it happened. Like, you say
Okay.
that, and because Gambit is sometimes a fuckboy, he takes it the wrong way. It's like, I know when I'm using my powers, it makes people, attracted to me, but I think this is the wrong time right now, lady.
For God's sake.
She literally dissolves into water.
I would say something, but we're keeping this PG-13-ish.
Wow. Wow. God, what did the Daleks say when they see that? I think they go like, "Foolish humans, while you prattle, we have advanced our battle plan. Your Traverse Town will be ours. Your compatriots will be exterminated."
I think I just sigh and like turn and like I want like before we start like moving out away, I want to throw another set of cards at them, like because like they're not worth it, like kind of thing.
Aw, poor Daleks.
No, poor Daleks.
Well, okay, yeah, they're terrible thing. They're
So I got a
terrible.
9.
Okay, cool. Is that you're striking with intent? I mean, honestly.
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Just gonna. All right. I think. Yeah, they're immobilized. They can't do much but squawk. At. Thanks, Lady of the Lake. And yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I think. Tell me what it looks like when you kind of destroy them.
It's if anyone's played Overwatch, it's the diva like little thing where it's like she doesn't look at the explosion, so he just like turns his head away, throws the cards, and they don't hit like at them. They hit like what they would be like the base of them, and because of the water, it crackles through, and it is like as if they were popcorn. They kind of just pop up and like and into an explosion while he's walking towards like deeper into District 3.
Nice. I was gonna say there's no. This is the end of District 3. There's no more deeper.
Oh, then like, or like to like away from the situation then.
Yeah, I mean the situation is you've destroyed the Daleks, but there's like a portal there that's kind of rippling, and they're shouting about how they have a battle plan that they've already advanced on District 1. I want to go to like Squirrel Girl or Odinson. How are y'all feeling?
I'm a little sad because I think we could have talked it out. I mean, yeah, they said exterminate a lot, and that's not very friendly, and that's not really cool. But I mean, they were kind of cute.
Oh my god. Odinson, how are you feeling? You're hurt.
Yeah, I think I think like the better part of valor here might be like trying to save who we can in District 1. But I also think that like writers' words have taken just like the have taken some hold, and like as I rise again to my feet and I see that Gambit has like destroyed these ones, but this portal is still like yawning open. Like I'm really torn about whether to throw myself into that or move to where the battle truly is. I don't know which the more heroic thing is.
Maybe you should talk it out with your friends.
And I look to Vivian, and and like the look on my face is plain. Like I'm looking at that portal, and I might be the only one that can come back from it. And I'm looking to her for guidance.
The shimmering apparition of Excalibur appears in Vivian's hand, and she says, "This is the sword that only the worthy may bear, only heroes may hold." And she like turns the hilt to face you.
And I try to stop myself from reaching for it because I know that I'm not worthy. But like my hand is just drawn to it.
And I mean, if I can use like, if I'm allowed to do this, like as you touch the hilt of the sword, it like corporealizes beneath your fingers. And then I think like it shifts and changes. It transforms from a sword into the thing that you have in your imagination of what this weapon should be. And what do we see?
And so like the mass of the sword like melts and is like red hot and like reforging itself in your hand into like the hilt like the hilt grows out some so that it could be held by like a hand and a half, but the end of the hammer, or the end of like beyond the hilt, there's so much mass that it can bring to bear, and it needs more. And I tip Yarnbjorn's blade down into it, and it pulls into the sturdy hammer Mjolnir.
Oh my god.
You know the path you must take.
I totally do. I want to see something else amazing happen before I like continue doing that, though.
Squirrel Girl, you gonna say something?
You're starting to believe in yourself again, Thor. I always knew you could come back to being the hero that everybody knew you were all along. You just had to believe in yourself. I'm proud to call you my friend. And I want to roll to establish another link with Thor. A light link this time instead of a heart link. That is 11 on the dice, so that's 15 total. I think.
Have you ever failed a roll today, Squirrel Girl?
Not that I recall.
Yeah, you don't have any XP, so.
But that allows me to create a light link with, well, Odinson. And because I am making a link with someone who one of my friends already has a link with, everybody heals a harm.
Aww.
Which was the point of that.
Aww. I guess that's the... Gambit, I saw you unmute there. Sorry, I thought I saw you unmute there. Dan, I thought you were going to say something, but...
Oh, I'm always unmuted on StreamYard because I use my mic to mute and unmute.
Okay, cool. Yeah. How do you feel, Thor Odinson?
Vivian was right. I know what the path is as it lay before me, and I take this newly forged Mjolnir, I whip it in a circle, and I fling myself into the portal.
All right.
Well, that was unexpected. Gambit says.
I think. Okay. I don't know if we're nearing the end, anyways. I don't know if I want to make a roll to do this. I think I'm just gonna let you describe what happens, Thor Odinson.
Is it okay if we shift from there to what these other three are going to do once Thor leaves?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because like if there's a like an awesome dramatically appropriate moment, then I would be totally cool with like cutting there. I don't want to. I want to give it the minute of like Thor has gone and done this, and now we're on our own.
Aw. So I think Thor disappears into the portal. I think the three of you probably remember like shit's happening in District 1. But I think it'll give you a moment to like register this, what just happened.
Yeah, Gambit totally was not expecting that. I was like, so he'll actually look at Vivian like, should we follow?
We kind of can't. None of us can fly.
Our destinies diverge, but we will meet again.
I mean, I can jump pretty high. I could, and he starts thinking like it's like that GIF of like mathematics across his face kind of thing, where he's like trying to think of how he can parkour himself like up to the portal. But yeah, if Vivian says that, then he's like, let's go see what's happening in District 1 then, and pray Thor has all his Thorness again.
I think you hear. Hold on. I think you hear a voice going, "Oh, don't worry, District 1's fine." And you turn around and there's this. I try to figure out which version of him to use, but this is the boy version. There's this boy wearing like this like green, like kind of like chainmail. He's kind of like this like medieval hood on, and he gives you like this like very nice smirk, and he says, my brother's weathered worse. I'm sure he'll be fine."
Link?
Close enough, kid.
Loki, I didn't recognize you without the cat head.
Praise Asgard for small mercies.
Is this
Let's have
you?
so much fun, Lo-Kitten.
Is this you causing this because you missed your brother again, or?
Well, it's more like you really need to kick up the arse, doesn't he? I mean, he needs it every now and then. Like last time, I had to set up these like giant cows full of paper mache. This time, it's like these screaming pepper pots. You know, every now and then, he just needs to pick me up.
I'm trying to think of what would Gambit do in a situation against Loki.
So wait, is something going on in District 1 or not?
No, it's fine. No, I took care of that. Don't worry. All I needed really was Thor to do his Thor thing, and he did. And I think you can feel like the portal kind of like ripple a bit, and ripple and shrink as whatever Thor's done does its work. I gotta say, as far as companions go, I certainly didn't expect you three to be with him.
Vivian like scrunches up her face and looks very irritated and is like, if only my oath didn't like prevent me from saying we would meet you here, the person I least wanted to encounter.
Sure, you tell yourself that, lady.
Well, Loki, I'm glad you're back to helping your brother instead of being... I'm a hero, so I shouldn't say the word that I was going to say. But I'm glad that you have come back and you have helped your brother instead of misbehaving again.
Except
I'd
he
like to
hurt
roll.
Geppetto.
Yeah, well, look, it was a bit touch and go, but you know, Squirrel, Doreen's right. You're heroes. You know, I had complete faith in all four of you to do the right thing, and you totally did.
I stick out my bow staff, charge the tip of it, and point it towards his neck.
Hey, you wouldn't want to hurt. You want to hurt all this stuff. You know what I've got here? I kind of have like all of Asgard stored here. you wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to do anything.
I
Besides,
mean,
I don't even know if you can do anything anyway. So
Odinson said that your Asgard is gone, so
for now, it went away and it's in my head. If you're gonna take it up with him if you hurt me.
I mean, he's technically not wrong. I mean, Asgard's been destroyed before. I mean, there was that time it showed up over Oklahoma. I mean, yeah, you know how it is with these gods.
yeah, I still am gonna create a link of darkness.
And I want to roll to create a link of light.
So realize we're finishing up this session, so you make these links.
Well, I'm mainly trying to get my adversary track to go up more.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause it's the only way I can do it.
We should have started that track with a few more ticks in it, honestly. Probably.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
10.
Cool. All right, you get your links, and Loki gets a link with you. Gambit, it's probably a dark link. I don't think he likes you. Yeah, I'm gonna add more tick to the track, and yeah. Really, I think we still have 45 minutes, but I think we're pretty much kind of like wrapped up. Unless there's anything else you want to do, hang out in town. We have one big epilogue party before Thor comes back.
There is one thing I would like to do. Because I've already broken your fiction, so I might as well just shatter it.
Okay, all right.
It is Squirrel Girl after all.
We're here.
Leon said he needed help. And
Mhm.
frankly, the Heartless need a place to be and they need stuff to eat. And I think that they could probably help him out as something like a de facto police force.
Oh my god. Okay, how are you pitching this to Leon?
Well, of course, I'm using my link. And of course, I mean, I'm convincing him, right?
Yeah, I think
He needs to help. And the Heartless are all around. Like, they don't even have to be visible all the time. I mean, there's so much that they could do. They could help people cross the street if they needed it. They could carry groceries from the store. They could sweep up the streets. I mean, the entire town could be spotless.
I think he's kind of grasping the bigger ramifications of what you're proposing, which is the reason why Traverse Town is like this is because of the Heartless. If you get them to unite with each other, that means they can rebuild all of Traverse Town.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and isn't this a good way to have them make up for what they did in the past?
All right, note to self: never let Squirrel Girl into future Interstitial games. She'll just break the game. I think Leon will surrender to you, and she's like, okay, fine. No, he doesn't go like that. He's too broody for that.
But he gave up without me even having to roll.
Yeah, no, I think at this point, this is all just epilogue stuff. You can tell me what you want to do. What's the last we see of these characters? I'm going to let Odinson finish us off if we ever see him again. You strange bunch in a strange world. What do you do? What's the last we see of you for now?
Honestly, I think Gambit, because he can't stay in a world too long because he's hunted.
Yeah.
So he plays off like depending on not whether or not Thor comes back. If Thor comes back, like, it's just like the next couple of days, just as usual, gambling and stuff, having a good old time, and he's just gonna leave a note and disappear.
Off to the next world. I guess he doesn't have many regrets.
He always has regrets.
Regrets like that keep him from sticking around for too long.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to come clean with anybody, so.
Aw. Busy making friends. I'm not gonna get over making friends with Heartless. All right, go on, Haley. What's Vivian up to?
Vivian re-enters the fountain and disappears and goes off in search of the next person who needs Excalibur. Obviously.
Fair enough.
And you know what? Excalibur isn't for the worthy. You become worthy when you choose to wield Excalibur.
Wow. Wish
I
I
didn't get
knew
to say that, but I meant to.
Okay, fair enough. We'll get it in the recording. All right. Finally, we've kept you quiet for long enough. Thor Odinson, it's the last we see of you.
I think it's not long after Gambit leaves town that a figure like worn with age re-enters Traverse Town. And I think that having gone through the portal and whatever happened with the Daleks, I think that it was a long and winding road that brought Thor finally back to Traverse Town. But timey-wimey stuff. And so when Thor arrives, his blonde hair has all grayed and hangs down, hangs way down his back, underneath a helmet. He's armored in a way that you never saw him when you adventured together. And Mjolnir is the leather straps of the haft are worn, and there are even a few cracks around the corners of it. But finally returned back to Traverse Town after what must have been an eternity to him. He finally brings Mjolnir back to the fountain, sets it in, and goes off in search of the puppet boy and his father to finally make sure that they're okay.
All right. I think that we'll close on that image. Thor leaving the hammer. In the corner of the shot, there are a bunch of squirrel guards, probably with a bunch of heartless. And we end the shot Thor walking to the camera, and there we go. That's Interstitial. Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell was that? You folks are ridiculous in the best way possible. What the hey? What the hey?
No, you're ridiculous, Leandro.
I mean, you're the one who let us do it. I mean
yeah. God. Oh my God. You folks are great. This is just a nice palate cleanser after a bunch of emotional, serious games. It's just ridiculous. Thanks so much. I always like to get in the broadcast that these players, I said at the start that these players are great, and they are great because they know what kind of story they're playing. They know what kind of stuff to do, and it's just bonkers. This is ridiculous. Thanks so much, folks. I'm going to stop the broadcast then. And anyone watching, thanks very much for watching. Gauntlet Con continues. Next time you see me streaming, I'm going to be looking way more haggard and tired.
Because we caused you to be haggard.
drink more coffee.
Oh, God. All right, I'm ending the broadcast.